Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I just want to say, you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Frazier, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Savage. We're back again, and yes, my microphone is working tonight from the beginning of the show, and we're live, and it's Wrestling with Savage, and it's about to go down right now. I hope you guys are all ready for some NXT, because it was coming to you live tonight. Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't live. There was definitely pre-fucking taped from, like, I don't even know when, but that's okay. Nonetheless, we're going to have to wait a little longer to see, are they going to keep these colors going? Because it seems like, you know, they have the new logo, but we definitely still saw a lot of graphics of NXT 2.0. The ring was still decorated in NXT 2.0. Real quick, on the screen right now, you're seeing an upcoming event that's going down, sponsored by the Wrestling Universe, and it's going to be on October 22nd. 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. You can get combo tickets for $79 to meet FTR. There are additional items that can be purchased at the show, brought to you by the Wrestling Universe. And also on the same night, if you go to thewrestlinguniverse.com, you can buy tickets. This isn't just like a signing. There's actually a whole card going on. Bret Hart will be there. He will be doing signings. There will be matches. There's going to be a lot of shit going on that day. So you might want to head on over to thewrestlinguniverse.com and check it out. But right now, let's get into some NXT, and let's say hi to our guest host over here, Jay, all over Jay. You can catch him on Instagram Live, Facebook.
Welcome to the number one NXT review recap show on Tuesday nights.
The number one.
Savage.
Number one.
Number one. That's all over Jay. 2 Y's. Get it right. Let's go, baby. I don't want to hear not NXT. I want to hear NXT 2.0 right now. Go ahead.
Well, the main event of tonight's NXT is set to determine who's going to get another shot to dethrone Brownbreaker. We're also going to get Tyler Bate and Jade McDonough. They're going to meet tonight in an NXT Championship number 1 contenders match. Bate and McDonough are Breaker's 2 most recent challengers. Breaker retained the NXT title against McDonough at Heatwave last month, and Breaker defeated Bate at Worlds Collide to unify the NXT Championship with the NXT United Kingdom Championship. Let's not forget that. Nathan Frazier, Axiom, their best of 3 series will resume tonight. Axiom currently leads the series 1-0. Also set for tonight, we get Wendy Chu versus Cora Jade. We're going to get Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane versus Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley. We're going to get the match that I was looking the most forward to, Sanga versus Von Wagner. We're also going to get the NXT debut of Oro Mensa, Oliver Carter. He's a former NXT UK Tag Team Championship. And we're also going to see if there's any follow-up to last week's tease of a different look, as the last episode ended with the NXT 2.0 logo morphing into something new. And we did get new logos as far as like graphics on the TV go, but in that arena, everything was definitely 2.0. But that's okay. But the next time this show goes live, I'm sure it's going to have a new look. They might be waiting for Halloween Havoc. I don't know. Jay, just let it go. It's over.
Nah,
you know that.
I'll never let it go, man.
It's over, Jay.
This is what happens when a guy wants to take over everything. This is what he does. He brings it right back to the old. But we still there, baby. The color, the graphics, we were all
yeah,
there.
because it was probably recorded before they even changed the fucking logo. But, you know, that's okay.
We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see.
You don't gotta wait nothing,
We gotta
man.
wait and see.
It's
You don't
over,
have
baby.
No proof. You don't have no proof.
Actually, I do, because I talked to Triple H himself earlier today. Me and the game go way back, because there's nobody that can cash his checks and play his game better than me. And that's what happened, Jay. I got on the phone with the game, and he told me straight up, NXT is going back full time to the black and gold, and he doesn't give a fuck what Vince McMahon or you have to say. He said he's a big fan of you, actually. He said he appreciates your enthusiasm about NXT.
You know what I call? I call Mick Foley,
Yeah.
WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley, and
Sure.
he agrees that it should stay NXT 2.0.
Mick Foley's obviously delusional like Vince McMahon, but that's okay. When you talk to Mick Foley like Santa Claus delivered a fucking Xbox to me at my front door, and I said hi to what's his name? Rudolph. I can't even name all the reindeers. Are you excited about Christmas?
No, I'm excited about NXT 2.0. That's what I'm excited about.
You're not excited about Christmas, man? Come on, man. How about Hanukkah? Happy Hanukkah. Mazel tov.
And I'm NXT blood right now.
NXT Blood. All right. Well, anyway, NXT's going to open up with a video package of what happened last week on NXT with HBK's message that we are NXT. You see Solo Sikoa over there flying off the top ropes. And right away, they're going to go into a segment, which was kind of surprising, between Carmelo Hayes, Solo Sikoa, and Shawn Michaels. HBK makes Solo Sikoa relinquish the title because he was not even sanctioned to have the match last week. Solo says he gets it, but he has unfinished business on NXT. Or, excuse me, he had unfinished business. His time in NXT is absolutely over. HBK gave his ass the boot to either Smackdown, Raw, or good luck to wherever your wrestling career takes you. So Solo is done with NXT, from what it sounds like. He will be full-time on SmackDown. But I think this was really silly. Like, how do you just take the title back? So what was the point? Just so they could have the Bloodline family shot for one time? For the camera? For the moment?
This started off strong, and this is what NXT 2.0 does. It always starts strong. And it started with a Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels saying this announcement. I was shocked just at you. But here's the thing I like about it. I like it and I don't like it. I like it because it started off strong. It had Solo. I was into it. Melo, Shawn Michaels. What I'm not into it is, what I don't get is, how can you have someone win the belt, then come to Friday Night SmackDown on a main event and defend the NXT North American Championship, retain it, and now have him just basically relinquish it? It makes no sense because Michael Cole looks like excuse me for saying this, a doofus on live TV, basically saying that Solo Sikoa, the newly NXT North American, praising him to be a new champ, and whole bloodline holds all the gold. Now it's going to look silly coming Friday. I don't know how that's going to play out.
Well, I think at the end of the day, all this does is just make Carmelo Hayes look like shit.
It does, but maybe it's time for him to lose because, let's face it, he's been on a hot streak. But overall, it's good because I do like a 5-way ladder match. I think we need to see a new champion besides Melo. Somebody needs to step it up. So let's see what happens. Let's see who's participating.
Well, Hayes says that, he tells Solo, beat it. Thanks Shawn Michaels for making the right decision. I don't care if you're cocky or arrogant. I respect that, says Shawn Michaels. But look, Melo, you're going to get your chance at this title over the next week, and your chance will happen in a ladder match. So Carmelo's obviously not too happy about that. Shawn Michaels laid down the business for him. But it was nice to see HBK on TV in like an administration kind of role. We haven't seen that in quite some time. So if this is a hint of more to come, I'm with it, Because he's somebody that you got to respect and listen to what he has to say, because he obviously knows the business pretty well. The next match is going to kick us off, and you can tell Shawn Michaels likes Nathan Frazier. I think Shawn Michaels is in love with this kid. That's what I think. I think this is going to end with Nathan Frazier just going over on Axiom. Axiom was probably brought here specifically to put over Nathan Frazier in this big best-of-3 series match. The match was...
Take that max off.
The match...
Take that stupid max off.
Yeah, give it some time. Maybe after this next final match. I don't know when their next final match is. It's next week or the week after. Probably next week. Nathan Frazier ends up winning the match by pinfall with the Phoenix Splash, evening the series up 1-1 and ensuring a rubber match. He really looked like a faster Seth Rollins. You can tell who's Nathan Frazier's favorite wrestler in the world. You can tell that it's definitely Mr. Monday Night Seth Rollins. The way he does that suplex with a roll through, he's basically just copycatting Seth. You know, the Phoenix Splash. It's a shout out to Seth. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Seth. I like Nathan Frazier. I think he's got a lot of fucking potential. I really do. He needs to get a little bigger, but I think he has potential. He has the same look as Daniel Bryan, young, fast, quick, doesn't really make mistakes. Might be the fastest guy in the business today. And you could smirk there. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I'm actually going to give this match a 3-star. I had fun with it. Could have been much better. Wasn't perfect by any means. But the finish was very clean and nice. What did you think?
This is the way you start NXT. If you're going to start NXT 2.0, you got to start with an average match. And this is what it just was. An average match that was repetitive just the last 2 weeks ago when we saw the first match. A bunch of rollover, a bunch of turnovers and counters. I mean, it's nothing new here. This is what we've seen before. What was impressive was the finish. You're right, he does copy it. I don't know if Seth Rollins is his favorite wrestler, but
it would seem that way from the finish.
I can't say, for me, I can't say he's impressive. I don't think he's impressive. I'm sorry. I got to see more out of him. I've been telling you that since day one.
He's basically like the new Billy Kidman, bro. Fastest kid in the business. Cleanest fucking flips. He's good.
Axiom was actually more faster in this match. Axiom
Axiom's good.
Faster.
He's good too. They're both good, bro. They're both good.
Listen, overall, look, we all knew what was going to happen.
Did you see any botches?
I didn't see no botches.
So give your boys credit, bro. They opened NXT, botch free, bro.
I did see spot calling, and I'm not going to give my boys shit because they're not my boys. They average piece of shit.
Nah, man. They're representing your brand, man. And you know what? I give these guys 3 stars.
They represent the UK brand.
You know why I give them 3 stars?
2 stars.
Because they've impressed me more than Zion Quinn ever fucking could.
Well, Zion Quinn basically is relaxing. He's saving his injuries.
I bet he is.
Healing. He's a Samoan ghost.
Actually, there was a picture of him taken. He's working at Walmart in the hardware department in Walbrook. You can go find him. He's there now. He works the late shift.
I know you have a lot of hate towards Zion Quinn because he could be stone cold straight up, but relax, okay? Calm down. Let's get to the show.
Oh, there's your winner, Nathan Frazier. Going to get the big win against Axiom. He's going to tie this shit up 1-1, and they're going to finish it off probably next week. Decent match. It was a fun opening match because they're fast-paced, no mistakes, clean. Look at that beautiful fucking Phoenix Splash mid-air. That I caught you that screenshot for you. You got height on it, that's for sure. This kid's going places unlike the next person we're going to see on TV, which is Alba Fire. She's going to have a vignette talking about how she's coming for Mandy Rose's NXT Women's Championship. Jay, I don't know.
So bad.
This is
so
just
bad.
She's going to get squashed by Mandy, right? Absolutely.
So bad.
Let's
so
be
bad
honest.
right now.
Let's be honest. All right?
So bad.
Let's be honest. There's this picture of Mandy Rose. We're going to show you what a real NXT Women's Champion looks like right there. Mandy Rose showing you why she's coming close to breaking some more records. All she has to really do is pass Asuka and Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler's the tough one. 521 days. I don't know. I don't know if she can do it, Jay. What do you think? Do you think Mandy Rose has it in her? I think they're going for it, man. Does Mania, that would add 500 days to it by the time Mania rolls around.
You're going to lose.
Yeah, but I think she'll get the record, though.
No.
Well, I'm calling it here that she's getting the record before WrestleMania. It's going down.
I'm not.
Longest reigning women's NXT champion of WrestleMania. Maybe who's gonna win maybe Shayna Baszler will win the Rumble and then challenge Mandy Rose because she broke her record. I'm gonna kick your ass and take that title. Be okay
That's
with that.
a pretty weak story, but I'm not with it. I'm not with it. But...
I think Shayna's headed for bigger things. I think she'll be fighting Ronda Rousey. There's another screenshot right there of Mandy Rose getting choked with a bat by Alba Fire. That's very rude of you, Miss Fire. And we don't appreciate that here on Wrestling with Savage. Now here's a quality picture of 3 ladies that combined create the greatest women's wrestling faction in the world today. And that is Toxic Attraction. Without a doubt in my mind, I think they're better than Damage Control and any other. I mean, does AEW even have a women's faction? Not that I know of. So yeah, who's better than Toxic Attraction in the world of women's factions right now? Number one. Number one out there and number one in your hearts. You know it, Jay. What'd you think of the segment between Ivy Nile and Paxley and... You know, we're going to get that match.
I thought the segment was better than the match.
Ivy now said that it was Damon who destroyed Diamond Mine, saying she's going to be focused on tonight's match between her, Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, teaming up with Tatum Paxley. Toxic Attraction ends up pinning the win by pinfall on Ivy Nile. You get the running kick, pressing attack. Paxley tries for the save, but she's just too late. The match was mediocre at best. I'm going to let you rate it first. What did you see?
Yeah, so I'm not going to rate this piece of shit. This is by far the worst Toxic Attraction match that we have seen either pre-tape or live. This was horrible. The only good thing I could say is Paxley has some nice footwork, showed a lot of stamina. She had a nice drop kick on Jane. Looked nice. I think she's getting a lot better. Just getting more ring time. But let's talk about the fucking finish. What the fuck was that? Gigi kicks in the back and then Jane hits in the front. And it was so weak and it was just so bad. And the person didn't even sell it and it was just horrible. I thought there was nothing impressive in this match. This is by far their worst match that I've seen on live TV.
Yeah, the finish is what really made me say that it's like mediocre because it just looked bad. It didn't look good. Maybe from a different camera angle it looked okay, but not from the one they did. I'll tell you that much. Maybe if they did like one from like 100 feet away, it would look incredible.
It was horrible. It was by far the worst finish I've seen.
It was pretty bad. We also got a video package of Damon Kemp. He says he hurt Roderick Strong and he paid to help Tony D win. Or Tony D paid Damon Kemp to help him win. But Santos screwed it up. Creed brothers are probably pissed off, he says. But I'm not going to fight the Creed brothers 2-on-1. 1-on-1, I'll fight them anytime they want. In the ring, in the locker room, doesn't matter. But 1-on-1. And, they can pick who gets this work today. I thought Damon Kemp actually came across pretty beastly in this. I like Damon Kemp. I think he's a natural talent. He's probably the only person who's probably really like Kurt Angle, where he could kick your ass in the ring for real. I like him.
This was good video package, man. It's a 5-star package right
It was
here.
nice. It made him look good.
I like how they're explaining it, so keep going.
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice. And there's the screenshot of the match that we just talked about. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Whack match. And yeah, we are playing country music right now, so we're rocking out to country music right now, Jay. At least I am. Some good old country music. Yeah, man. Mixing it up tonight.
Oh, man.
JC Jane, Gigi Dolan picking up the win. Big time over there. They look great. Hopefully we see their debut on SmackDown at some point in the future. Here, let's try some drums and bass. Or bass. What do you call it? Bass or bass? Bass, right? Bass. Drums and bass. Drums and bass. No, bass is fishing, right? Yeah. Gotta make sure, man. Sometimes I'm just as dumb as the fans that go to NXT and chant for losers. Shots fired. Okay. Toxic Attraction, they're looking good, like I said. But let's move on. Let's keep it moving. And what do we got next? I believe it's Joe Gacy. We see a video of the Schism. They're walking outside to send us to break. And then, of course, we're going to get the promo from Joe Gacy and the Schism. The Schism are in the ring. They get on the mic. They say that the time has come to pick a side and they'll no longer turn the other cheek. And if you're not sitting in the shade under their tree, you've been warned. But to those enlightened few who choose to walk alongside them to break the status quo, you have nothing to fear. They'll never abandon you. They'll hold you tight in their arms. Joe Gacy says whether you accept them or not, you'll see the world through their eyes. And he's been more patient with Cameron Grimes. He's tried reason, compassion, but this world only responds to a firm hand. All of a sudden, Idris Enofi and Malik Blade come down. They attack the Schism, laying them out, leading to what's going to be a match. It's going to lead to a match between the Dyads and Blade. And I thought this was not needed. I thought this was a time filler, for sure. And I think I would have rather just seen NXT end at 10 o'clock on the dot the way it did, as opposed to like 10:07, right? We didn't need this 7-minute filler bullshit. Gacy could have cut a 30-second promo. Blade and this other guy could have cut a promo, and then next week they have a match that actually has story. You know what I'm saying? Do that instead. This just seemed rushed and just throwing pieces together and seeing what fits. I don't like it. They're trying to fix a puzzle with the wrong piece here in this story. It's going nowhere. Schism's going nowhere. These guys were getting booed hard. I will give them this, though, in the match. The Dyad did pick up the win by pinfall with their move, Ticket to Mayhem, on Idris Enofi. And that other move they did, the step-up rolling lung blower. Those last two moves, it's a hell of a good-looking finish, actually. All other things aside, their promo, their talking, trash. The whole match, trash. Because I'm not interested in it. But their finish actually looked good. Kind of surprised. I'm not going to grade it because I thought it was worthless. But what did you think?
Trash. Yeah. Everything was trash. I don't like the tag team of it. I think it's just not doing it for me. I think that No Fair and Blade didn't even stand out today. I don't know, man. I wasn't feeling it. It was just flat for me.
I understand that. I can totally understand that. It is what it is. What are you going to do, man? It was an impromptu match. It wasn't a match they advertised. It wasn't on the Twitter or the Instagram or talked about. It just happened all of a sudden. You see Joe Gacy and the Schism in the parking lot. Next thing you know, they're in the ring getting a win against, these guys. There you go. Now we're going to see Quincy Elliott. Quick little replay of what happened last week. Super Diva Quincy Elliott's debut from last week, where he basically did the bonsai drop to get his first win on NXT TV. Then we're going to see a promo. I'm sure Jay's going to have a lot to say about this promo. But I got to give it to Roxanne Perez. Tonight, she impressed me. She looked like somehow she went from like 20 to 25, maybe 28. Looks like she's grown up a lot in the last 2 weeks. She's talking about her match against Meiko Satomura a couple of weeks ago. Says the next time she meets Cora Jade, she's going to fight a tougher, more determined Roxanne Perez. And she did show 2 bruises. Now, if that's from the match, that's pretty rough. God, that's pretty rough. Jay, what did you see? Go ahead, give me your 5-star hypnosis.
In all my life, in all wrestling fans' life, have you never seen a video production package as we've seen that capture not only our eyes and our attention, but it captures our heart? And that's Roxanne Perez and what this video package has done. I have told Savage that this is the future WrestleMania match right here. Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez. I have told him this is the future. This is the rivalry right here. This is going to lead us to one of the co-main events of Halloween Havoc coming up in October. I guarantee it to you. What did we just see? We saw the facials. We saw the intensity. We saw the sadness. We saw the embarrassment, how she almost slipped on the corner when she came out for her entrance against a legend. We have seen something really, truly classic. The number one baby face right now. You say NXT, I say NXT 2.0. This is the number one baby face. It's working. There's a 5-star right here, without a doubt.
I can't give it a 5-star.
You see that now the hate comes.
Because I'm giving it a 10-star.
10 stars. 10 stars.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. It was a good promo. It was really good. It was one of her best promos, convincing. And I'm actually looking forward to their match. So, yay.
Let's not forget that every wrestler steals her finisher, by the way. Let's just point that shit out.
It's not her finisher, man. That finisher's been around since 1970. It's the
Savage,
Vietnamese pile driver, man.
Hold on a second. The Pop Ross had led Roxanne Perez to win her first ever Ring of Honor World Championship in the tournament. Let's not forget one of the
Let's
greatest
not forget
tournaments.
that we've seen her botch the Pop Rocks like 36 times.
There we go. Savage, if she's fighting people like Wendy Chu and shit, of course it's going to be botches and shit.
What do you mean? Wendy Chu is a beast, man. She's fighting your girl, Cora Jade, next. Chu with a side headlock, reverse with a head scissors to the floor. She goes for the baseball slide, but Jade cuts her off, comes back in with a stomp. Hard whip cover for 2. Cora moves into a Japanese stranglehold, slinging her off right hand to the bread basket, a kick, a lariat. We got a whip across overhead, Billy to Billy suplex, waist lock, German suplex, connects. Jade gets an opening. Cora Jade wins by pinfall with a beautiful DDT that Wendy Chu actually sold the shit out of. I liked it. I'm giving this a 3-star, too. It was quick, to the point. Cora Jade beats the loser.
There's a lot of hate here. I don't know.
How's that hate?
I see something different. I told Savage on the show over and over again that Cora Jade is one of the pillars of NXT 2.0, or you want to so-called NXT.
Yeah, but it's not a 5-star just because she's in the match.
All right? I'm going to call this match right here. First of all, let's talk about the entrance. Let's talk about her.
Where's your Johnny Gargano shirt? Because you're always talking about Johnny Wrestling. But you're wearing a Cody Rhodes shirt, you piece of shit.
Hold on, Savage. Right now, I'm representing the WWE brand right now, okay? WWE brand right now.
Developmental.
Okay? Second of all,
brand.
The Gargano shirt has been delayed. Third of all, I'm going to get into this match right now. The graphics when she came out was ill. Everything was perfect. Her facials were perfect. Let's start about when she worked the big boot on the corner right there. Then she did the running elbow right there on the back of Chu on her neck. She was really impressive. Let's talk about this beautiful springboard stomp she did on Wendy Chu's back. I can keep going and going and going. How about Chu? She had that nice German suplex, right? So Chu looked a little strong. I don't like the silly shit. I told you this a million gazillion times. I don't like the goofiness. She comes out in fucking slippers and fucking pajamas. I hate the gimmick. It doesn't do it for me. Jade with the DDT. Jade made no mistakes. Jade, if you notice, Jade called the spot without you even noticing it. When she had Chu in the headlock and her hair was just basically covering her face. She was basically calling a spot. I saw it. Maybe you didn't. But nobody else saw it. And the camera didn't see it. I just know because I'm just that motherfucking critic and I know this shit, okay? But what am I going to say to this match? You're right, Savage. It is not a 5-star match. You are absolutely right. But it's 4.5 for me.
Yeah, that's great. It's a great match. I liked it. I had fun with it. It did its fucking purpose, but I can't give a Wendy Chu match a fucking 5-star. Even if Tiffany Stratton's in it. All right, even if fucking China comes back from the dead and zombie China fights Wendy Chu, it still wouldn't be a 5-star fucking match, okay? Because Wendy Chu, fucking trash. That gimmick's got to go.
Jade,
That gimmick's got to go. That gimmick's
has
got to
a
go now.
rocket ship. Has a rocket ship in her back. Cora Jade has right now, and it's untouchable right now. It's really she is.
Don't jinx it, man.
She is basically the second top heel right now.
Well,
Besides
Cora Jade's great, man.
She's number 2.
Cora Jade.
Right,
Cora Jade is great. There she is. She gets the fucking win, and then we're gonna see Lash Legend attack Wendy Chu, which is whatever. That was unneeded too, but hey, fuck it. Wendy Chu getting beat up some more. I'm okay with it. Let's go. Let's keep it moving to the interview with Brownbreaker. He thanks the NXT Universe for voting him Superstar of the Year and says Tyler Bate has speed, agility, power. JD McDonough can pick a body part and take you apart. If I was forced to pick, he says he has Tyler Bate winning because he can't wait to run that match back. Okay. Big words from Brownbreaker. Basically shitting on JD, giving him the extra momentum going into that match. Now we're going to get a little segment. Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams backstage. Trick Williams giving Carmelo Hayes a pep talk backstage as we go to break. Then we're going to get an interview with Aura Mensa. And I'm sure Jay's going to want to get into this guy a little later in the night because he's going to get a match tonight. He's going to have his debut, but we don't know against who just yet. Or do we? He's going to take on Grayson Waller. He says Oro means gold, and he's from Ghana and the land of gold. You know, that's what Ghana is. It's the land of gold. And he's going to qualify for the ladder match tonight by beating Grayson Waller. He doesn't actually say Grayson Waller's name, though. But he's going to win tonight in his debut.
This was bad.
He's going to win.
This was bad for me.
We'll get
when
into the
did Ghana
match.
become the land of gold? I never heard of that.
I don't know, man, but we'll get into that. We get a promo from Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams. Unbelievable.
They're preying on my downfall.
Hayes says title or no title, he's one of the biggest stars in NXT, and what happened last week only proves it. He wants the person who played the music, who rang the bell, he wants the referee that counted 3 to lose their jobs right now. He doesn't care what bloodline Solo comes from. This is his house. And no matter how you flip it, he's still the A champion. Now, Andre Chase makes his way to the ring. He's flanked by Brody Hayward, Thea Hale. He says he saw what happened last week and he thinks we've got a Hayes yells at him, tells him to stop, saying now's not the time. Chase then plows ahead, but Trick cuts him off this time. Andre goes for it once more and says it's a teachable moment. And he decks Hayes with a right hand. Carmelo bails, takes his shirt off. A referee slides in, and Trick is game to fight. And now we're going to get a match between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams versus Chase U, Andre Chase, Brody Hayward. Chase with a hip toss. Carmelo's in, so I guess this is actually a tag. We get big chops, tag to Brody, and then they lay Melo out with elbows. Williams in, getting worked over, chops for right hands, side rush and leg sweep from Andre. He's fired up, does his Chase shoe stomps. We get the tag to Hayward. Brody gets Trick in the Argentine backbreaker, which is more like Lex Luger's torture rack. But Hayes tags in blind, springboard lariat. Chase tags in, big slam. He goes up top, gets cut off. Carmelo gets in there. We get a pump kick, side press. And Chase actually did it. Chase U picks up the win by pinfall with a side press from Andre Chase on Carmelo Hayes. This was a big win for Chase. I mean, you just beat one of NXT's biggest stars as far as wins go. So what did you see here? What are you rating this? There you see Chase U celebrating in the background. They got in there with the fans. They had their big celebration, their big moment. And I just want to point out this. Adam Chase did try to get his own little moment kind of thing going. Basically, like Wade Barrett used to say, I have some bad news. He's like, this pauses is a teachable moment. That's his new catchphrase, for sure. What'd you think, Jay? You stunned?
I was going to go half a star on this, but you know what? I'm going to bump it to a 1, and I'm going to tell you why. Trick Williams.
Why? Because he was wearing MJF pants?
He did more wrestling moves that I ever seen, and it only did 2 or 3 than I ever see in any type of match. He did a drop kick, and I was even surprised he learned how to do a vertical suplex. I'd never seen that in his repertoire before. How impressive is that for Trick Williams? But to have Melo lose to a mid such as Chase or whatever, Andre Chase or Chase U, whatever you want to call him, I don't know, man. It just makes Melo weak. The stock is falling down, and I'm not a fan of this. I didn't even like Brody, to be honest. I thought when he took certain clotheslines, especially the double clothesline by Williams and Melo, when he took that, he just felt too easy, and it didn't even come that hard at him. I don't know. I don't know. You're
not far off with the 1 star. Like, this match didn't do anything for me.
He's too green. He's too green. Didn't do anything for me. And I get it that people love the Chase U kicks, and you know what? That's great for that guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, he has a signature. I like that. You know, he come up with something unique. But overall, you know, we always see this from Andre Chase. There's always these unique, creative roll-ups. I've seen this roll-up from him before to get victories and level up. So it's nothing new to me. I mean, I wasn't impressed, man. I just think it makes Melo look weak, putting him with a mid like this guy. I don't think you should be in a match with this guy. You know
obviously, Chase is going to be in that ladder match. I mean, that's what this has got to be leading to, because next week he's probably going to be, I guarantee you next week we're going to probably see a segment with Chase, Thea, Brody, and they're going to be talking to Shawn Michaels, saying, hey, he's in the match for the ladder match, but I just beat him, so I should be in the ladder match, because there is still 3 spots open. Right now, it's only Carmelo and this other loser, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But now we see Sanga von Wagner. They're walking backstage to send us to break. Back from break, we get a segment with a screenshot you see here. Briggs and Jensen confront Galish during their poker game. Briggs and Jensen, these guys are just... Galish is playing cards.
So bad.
They're not bothering anybody. And these American boys want... they bicker, security separates them, but I feel like Briggs and Jensen came off like assholes in this, right? Am I wrong?
I think this was so bad, I don't even know, man. I can't even talk about this.
All right, let's talk about Sanga versus Von Wagner with Mr. Stone. King God versus Godzilla going down right now. Sanga showing off incredible strength in this match early, kicking Wagner's ass to start things off. But shortly after, Von Wagner would take control with a chin lock. Sanga now finally fighting back with big shots to the midsection, huge splash, and a nice sidewalk slam. We get a big boot from Sanga, sending Wagner to the outside. Sanga with a big boot. Mr. Stone gets involved. Sanga goes to choke slam him. Wagner with a save now sends Sanga into the post and stairs several times. Now back in the ring, he just, hits him with a big boot, barely gets him on his shoulders, and hits his modified Death Valley driver and gets the win. 1, 2, 3. Clean. Gets the win. 1, 2, 3. Clean. What'd you think about that shit? What's going on, Gil? Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for joining us for NXT 2.0. Still 2.0.
You're going to be surprised.
Look, still pink.
You're going to be very surprised.
I gave it a 1.5. I gave it a 1.5. I wasn't super impressed.
I'm going to give this match a 5 star. I'm going to tell you why. Because
it's a big win for your boy.
The way that Von Wagner comes out with Robert Stone, they come out like superstars. The superstar manager and a superstar is coming in front of you. This guy is already ready for Smackdown right now. He's ready. Let's just bring him up already.
I wouldn't go that far. He's good.
Let's talk about how impressive the strikes were. Let's talk about how his timing was impressive. Let's talk about how he didn't call any spot. His footwork was on point. What was shocking to me is that your boy that you like, Sanga, looked very, very bad in this match. He looked slow. I heard him call the spot. I know you did too, and he just basically trying to pull Wagner, and he was telling him, okay, hit me basically in the gut, motherfucker, hit me. So I don't know, man. I don't know if it's ring rust for Sanga, but I could tell this guy, if he was ready to be up for the main roster, I don't think we should pull the trigger. I think we need to keep him down here. I wasn't impressed by Sanga, and I don't really say that about this guy like that. And for me to say that, it's just crazy. And Von Wagner, he almost dropped Sanga. He couldn't even carry him. He recovered very, very well. Hit that DVD driver, which I love. 1, 2, 3, clean. Talks trash. Backs it up. What would you not like about Wagner? That's why we need him on the SmackDown roster. He will be one of the top players, but we have him here. I think he's ready to go above and beyond. Like Wade Barrett said a year ago, Von Wagner was in the main event in the NXT pay-per-view. Why can he not do it again? I think he's ready. I think he's impressive. His strikes definitely impressed me because he used to hit like a little girl, but everything is impressive. And give it to Robert Stone. Shout out to Robert Stone. He was very, very impressive as well. His facials was great. He was selling that choke sign like he's really going to be choked. I mean, you got to give kudos to Robert Stone, especially when, they lost Malcolm Givens, Somebody like Robert Stone could definitely step up and be used for the main roster. This is a 5-star right here.
Gilch said 5 stars aren't allowed on Tuesday nights, man. That's what Gilch said.
There's going to be a lot of hate for people that hate NXT 2.0, but it's all right, man. It's cool. This is a 5-star for me.
It was a good match. I was more excited for it, but I don't like Sanga losing. I thought it should have been different. I don't like him just losing like that. Oh, whatever. It's just mad because he beat your boy Zion Quinn. But there is Von Wagner. He did look impressive. Bro. He got the win. I thought the Death Valley driver looked a little weak. Could have been better.
That's how he is, man. It turns him, bro.
Wesley interview. We get Wesley vignette where he talks about being cleared for action and ready to fight and qualify for the ladder match. He was given the option to get a buy into the match, but he doesn't roll like that. He's going to be competing for his opportunity. Then we're going to get an interview with Stax Lorenzo. He's being interviewed backstage. He mocks Wes for not taking the buy and says next week Tony D'Angelo is going to wipe him out in his qualifying match. So Wesley's got to take on Tony D. If Wesley beats Tony D, I'm going to be tight.
I think he might. I think Tony D's hurt.
Well, that's fucking brutal, bro.
I think he might beat him. Tony D is injured.
No, I'm not cool with that, though.
I hope not, but we'll see. I think he did get injured, though, so we got to keep an update on that.
I'm not cool with that at all. What'd you think about Cameron Grimes' promo tonight?
To the moon, baby. It was a 3-star, just pretty much decent, good. Nothing too glamorous about it. Definitely better than that Schism crap.
Schism crap? Why was it crap?
Schism, man. What is there to like about Schism? Where is this Joe Gacy group going? What more followers that he said 4 weeks ago he's going to get more followers? Where are they? This storyline's going nowhere. It's going to shit. And this is a shit storyline. Joe Gacy should have just be Joe Gacy, not some spiritual cult leader. This is horrible.
So you're just not happy?
You may be happy. You may be a Schism fan, but I am not. I am not happy.
I don't know.
I'm ready to
happy.
I'm ready to go into the next match with my boy Grayson Waller.
I don't know, man. You really think the Schisms are going to be just... Are they going to delete the Schism? What do you think?
I'm going to delete it if I keep seeing it.
You're going to delete it?
I'm going to just stop watching Tuesday night if I keep seeing it.
Jesus Christ.
Turn it off.
Okay. I understand. I understand. All right, now we're going to get a match. You ready for the match? Do you want to give us the match between Grayson Waller versus Oro Mensa in his debut for the NXT North American Championship ladder qualifying match?
There's nothing impressive to say. Let's just talk about how my boy Grayson Waller got played tonight on pre-tape TV, man. Now let's talk about that. I mean, to make him lose to a green rookie that we just seen that sold most of this match and was getting hurt all the time, and Grayson Waller looked strong. He did nothing impressive. Grayson Waller, the right hand, basically to start the match, was the impressive thing of the beauty of it. Waller had that beautiful release back suplex, even though stupid Vic Joseph keeps saying it's a release belly to belly. It's not a release belly to belly, you idiot. But whatever. You know, that Mensa guy had that moonsault. Yeah, he did that suicide dive, but I personally hated this. I hated the finish. I hated the fact that, oh, man, I don't know whose brilliant idea it is, and I hope it's not Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels, if you do, I'm going to like you a lot less. Whose idea is for Apollo Crews to come out of nowhere with this makeup on his eye? Why?
Well, we put up the screenshot for that. Yeah, I got that.
Why? Why are we seeing this? It reminds me of that album cover of Ja Rule, Blood in My Eye. It reminds me of just what? It reminds you of what? It's just horrible. I don't know why, or if it was his idea, let's go with it. Why are we going with this? Is he really going to wrestle with this fake blood in his eye against Grayson Waller at Halloween Havoc coming up soon? I hope not, but this makes me hate now, not like hate Apollo Crews, because this is just horrible. They presented him coming back as a main event player, talking to Brownbreaker, basically teasing a match with Brownbreaker, and now he has scooped. Not to say now my boy Grayson Waller's a mid, but let's face it, he's not basically fighting for no any belts, right? So he is pretty much a mid. They have him down as a mid. So what the fuck, man? We took a guy that was already a mid from SmackDown, bring him back to NXT as another mid. This is just horrible. And I think you agree with just looking at Crews tonight was just pretty much horrible. Grayson Waller sold the shit out of it, but he really can't save this match. I personally didn't like it. It's just a 2 for me.
Yeah, I didn't even rate it because I don't care. It doesn't interest me. We get a promo now. We go backstage with the Creed brothers who are arguing over who gets to fight Damon Kemp when Julius gives in and lets Brutus have him as long as he promises to end his career. I thought this was actually a strong promo by them. I give this one a 5-star. They came across looking like stars. They look like stars in their last match. I think these guys are headed for big things, man.
I didn't really think much. I'm
only giving it 5 stars because they kill it in the fucking ring, man. And he was hitting that back hard on the floor, man. So it is what it is. They're training. They're trying to come across looking strong.
Gil said there's no 5 stars.
Yeah, I know. All right, fine. I'll give it a 3-star, Gilch. I'm sorry. Now Brownbreaker makes his entrance with Landon the Conqueror, Chase, one of Connor's Cure's kids, and we go to break. You see the little guy right there doing his thing, having his moment with Brownbreaker. Back from commercial, we get another Sol Ruka vignette promising that we'll see her next week. Again, I have no interest there either. I don't even care. Now we're up to the main event. Jade McDonough versus Tyler Bate for the NXT Championship #1 contenders match. And the match was good. I thought the match was actually excellent. I'd even give it a 4-star. It was a really good match. They killed it. They went 6 minutes over camera time. The match ended at like 10:06, started at like 9:45. So they gave you like a good 20-minute, match. At the end of the day, it was a lariat reversed into a Spanish fly, but Bate gets a desperate jab. Both men are down and out. Now up top, McDonough cuts him off, trying to get the advantage. But now we get the avalanche Spanish fly, which is basically a Spanish fly off the top rope. JD yanks him up. JD McDonough wins by pinfall with the Sato suplex to become the #1 contender to win the NXT Championship. Then you have Brownbreaker coming into the ring, and they have the stare down, and then all of a sudden Dragunov is back, and he comes into the ring. They all square up, and this is how NXT ends, with these three men all in the ring at the same time. We could be looking at a triple threat match at Halloween Havoc or NXT TakeOver, because from what I've been hearing, it's going to be NXT TakeOver. So we'll have to wait and see. What did you think of the match?
Can't believe I say
I thought they killed it.
I feel like Bate could just carry anybody, especially JD, a guy I don't like seeing wrestling. And he did it in tonight's match. I like the beginning. I like the exchanges. I like the exchange roll-up covers. I like that springboard splash that Bate did. I could keep going and going. You know, JD had the standing moonsault on the outside. He had that 450 splash. Then he followed it by a brain buster real quick. Showed a lot of speed. I guess he works really well with guys in his height and his type of skills. I mean, they both seem to have the same fighting style. Both guys sold great. JD had that first Spanish fly, which was great. Then he did the top rope, what'd you say, the avalanche Spanish fly he did. Followed by what? The devil inside, the Saito suplex. I mean, it was a great match. It had everybody on their feet. The crowd was in it. I was actually in it. I'm not going to say it's perfect because it wasn't there for me. There was certain things I didn't like, and some timing was just a little too long, and some spot calling by JD on the top, but I could see why when you're doing moves like that. So overall, I'm going to go with you on the same on this, a 4.
Yeah, it was a great fucking match, and, you know, that's NXT for you. Right there on the bottom of your screen, you're just seeing some highlights from when I went to Creative Pro on Saturday with Gilge and Dave. We had a good time. Yesterday, I was talking about it a little bit, but obviously you didn't hear a fucking word I said.
Here comes the recap.
So real quick recap, there's me getting an autograph with Brian Myers. He's going to let me hold his Impact title. He's going to sign the ring. A little later in the night, you're going to see a bunch of action. There's the ring that they had. They had a beautiful setup in the AstroTurf. And now here's the next video where you're going to get to see me go up to tomorrow night's future NXT champion of the world. I can't rotate this? Oh, I can rotate this. I'll fix this right now, boys. We're going to flip it 90 degrees to the right once. And then we're going to flip it 90 degrees to the right one more time. And there you go. Now enjoy the video.
Yeah.
All right, I'm even going to turn it up. I'm going to turn up the volume so you guys can hear it now. You guys should be able to hear it now. I told them, you know what I told them? I said, champions don't charge $30. Champions charge $50, Jay. And I gave him $50 instead of $30. And I told him to write "fuck Vince" on the ring. And I yelled at him and I said, I told you it's going to fucking happen, Max. I fucking told you it was going to fucking happen. I told you you were going to become tag team fucking champions. Now sign that bill, fuck Vince. The wrestlers next to him were telling him, come on, pussy. Come on, pussy. Fuck Vince. Right there. Do it.
Come on, man.
He did it.
Caster.
He fucking did it.
I believe in you, man.
I told him, Max Caster, I believe in you, Max Caster. I believe
We'll
in you,
see
Max
tomorrow night.
Caster.
We'll see tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night we are going to see. But there he is. There's a nice picture. There's Dave right there. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Max Caster for being very cool again and having a good match that night. Here you see Brian Myers taking on the Dominican Umaga. All right, his valet is going to low blow Myers, and Umaga over there is going to pick up the win. Here's some of the ladies of Creative Pro. Little Alexa Bliss, little wannabe, nice, beautiful flying drop kick to the face. There's a former Bear Country, now Iron Savages. All right, quick recap here. Here's Slade right here, and of course you have Smart Mark Sterling right behind him. They are champions. A lot of action. We got to see Bubba Ray that night. He had a table, basically told everybody fuck Cardona. I even started a fuck Cardona chat. It was nice. It was nice. A lot of people. Sexy Ryan over there. There's Max Caster again. A good time, man. Make sure you guys head on over to creativepro.com. Check out their website and check out their local shows. NXT was cool tonight. Jay, I'm rating it a 3 overall. I know. What are you giving it? A 9?
I'll go at a 3.5 right
All right.
there.
3.5. 3.5.
Just-
What are you most
Nothing
excited about
over
tomorrow
there.
night, man, besides MJF? Or is it just MJF?
I'm excited for this tag team match. I'm excited for the main event, even though I know the main event is going to be pure trash. So we'll see what's up, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see these two matches, and I don't know what else. Hopefully we see a bunch of surprises, MJF. Hopefully we see something really, really big.
It looks like we
They
got
gotta do
a surprise visitor in here, Jay.
Woo.
Who's here?
We are 24 hours away from MJF holding the world title above his head.
No camera, Gilch? Even this cameraless? I got you. You wanna come on? He's making a special NXT appearance. One time only.
There it is. NXT
Gilch
2.0.
on NXT
Gilch.
2.0. It's going down. What's up, Gilch?
What's up?
I was about to end this shit, but now you want to come on here, you want to talk some bullshit, because you're just hyped up for tomorrow night. MJF.
I'm off tomorrow, so I'm not really...
What if I told you there's a chance that MJF's not coming out tomorrow night?
Man, I'd be really disappointed. And I think there is a chance. I think there actually is like a legit chance.
Because I heard that Full Gear, Tony Khan wants to book Bryan Danielson versus Moxley too.
Where did you hear that? Please don't tell me that.
On a couple of different websites. Dirt sheet websites. I go to like the dark web of the dirt sheets, okay? It's pretty dirty. It's pretty filthy down there.
If you're not gonna put the fucking belt on the kid now, Grand Slam, New York, hometown, like when's a better time right now? Like,
I think it's gonna be like a game time decision type of thing. I don't think he's told MJF, yo, you know what, you're gonna be the champ tonight. Or, you know.
I don't know about that. I think that shit's decided and done one way or the other.
Yeah, maybe they're prepped for both finishes, but he probably hasn't made the decision yet.
Let's face it, they don't even know how to call audibles. So, like, whatever they plan, that's what's going to happen.
We'll see. I mean, Tony Khan is really good at fucking up good things. He's talked a lot of shit. He went on Twitter today. He was promising something that we've never seen before at Grand Slam, hyping it up. He should even shit it on Crown Jewel. He said the crown jewel of wrestling is in New York City. Strong words. That's a direct shot.
Crown Jewel MJF.
It's just sad though that Crown Jewel will create more revenue than anything AEW is going to do over the next 2 years by itself. Let's be real. It just is. You know how much money they're getting paid from this fucking Dubai or wherever the fuck they're going? Jeez. I think it is Dubai too. Logan Paul, because he's a big star over there, Logan Paul. 14 million of those subscribers probably live in fucking Dubai.
Who's ready for Bray Wyatt and Extreme Rules?
I bet you it's, first of all, what if it's Bad Bunny?
No, man.
All right, what if it's that other guy who used to come up with a rabbit?
No way, Jose.
No. Come on, he came on and there was the party, man. Rose. Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. That guy was the man.
I like Adam Rose. I thought he was good.
And he would just step on the ring apron and do that.
Imagine it's like not Bray Wyatt. What if it's just like Tyler Breeze? Or Fandango. Or some weird shit. All right, I don't know what just happened. Now we got 36 viewers right now.
What if you see a picture of the...
Who are you, robots?
What if you see a picture of the rabbit, and then like the screen morphs, and the rabbit actually turns into a goat, and Bobby Orlando comes out?
I don't know, man. AEW tomorrow is going to be fucking lit. I fucking know that. I know AEW is going to be absolutely fucking lit tomorrow night, man. Everybody's here. What are you guys here for? You're here for some fucking AEW?
Big things.
You're here for some John Moxley versus Bryan fucking Danielson? More bullshit? I don't know, man.
It should be a Danielson match, so it should be okay.
I have a bad feeling that Danielson's going to win. He's going to go over strong, and then that's it. That's going to end the fucking... Not the night, but the Dynamite.
I hope. If it's Moxley, I think I might just stop watching AEW.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Might just have to stop.
What if MJF doesn't? What if we don't even see him at all, bro? How devastating would that be?
Nah, we have to see him, man. There's no way you're just gonna come to New York. If he's in Albany, like, come on, man. Can't come to fucking Queens.
I think at the very least you get like a fake out cash, right?
Maybe.
Comes out.
And why would he not have come to Queens? Weren't you at his fucking gym the other day?
Yeah,
That makes
well,
sense, man.
that's in Long Island over there.
It makes sense, man. He probably goes to the gym tomorrow in fucking Long Island and going straight to fucking Willits Point right there. Boom.
Yeah, Gilch, I don't know what's going on Twitch. We got 36.
When you saw that, I looked over. 36 just went up to 72, and it's going up like crazy.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
What the
It's
fuck are you
going
all
like
doing here
crazy
now? Where have you
because-
been all night? Why weren't you guys here for the
Listening
beginning
to
of
basically
NXT?
what I have to
Where
say.
have you guys
They
been?
basically say that MJF, if he does not win tomorrow night, this will be a disappointment. Just like we got the first time in Grand Slam between Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson with no winner.
It's the draw, right? Wow,
They
that was a year
cannot-
ago already?
But that was like the only dream match that AEW was even capable of.
The
Kenny
fuck?
Omega
I wanted a
versus.
fucking. It wasn't even for the fucking.
We never
belt. I
even
just wanted
got the
a fucking
rematch.
finish.
We never even got
I
the
just wanted
rematch.
a fucking finish.
Nah, Kenny Omega. I don't even know if we're ever gonna fucking see this guy this year.
I was disappointed.
I
was disappointed.
I was a little disappointed at first, but then when I talked myself into being okay with it, I'm like, all right, you know what? This is probably the only real finish. You couldn't make Kenny lose. You couldn't make Bryan lose. So, all right, that's fine. Now maybe they'll kick off like a 3-match circuit where they go back and forth, back and forth. But that was it, right? It was like, okay, now what?
You guys want to hear some real breaking news?
Sure.
All right. It's 50-50 right now that you're going to possibly see a surprise entrant into the Royal Rumble. Who do you think that is? I'll say this. He's from AEW. And no, not Malachi Black.
That's what I was just going to say, yeah.
Sammy Guerrero.
Yes. Yes, Jay. His contract's coming up, and there's a chance he might jump ship to WWE. He was throwing out a lot of hints on his vlog.
Sure, his contract's up?
I think so.
Because I thought they were all those 4 pillars that were in 2024.
They got him, bro. They got him, and they got his wife because she got the connections.
I don't
Let's
know.
not forget. Let's not forget that Ty Connie was there for 5 years.
I'm about to make money on
Yeah.
Twitch for the first time in a while. It says your ad is about to start. These people they're gonna watch a commercial now. Thanks, man. I'm gonna make 4 cents right now because of you special 36 people.
And then it just ticked down from like 89 viewers to 36. It just went like, I watched it go down.
It's fucking robots, bro, because nobody's even in the chat. No one even talks.
Come on, baby.
Come on, man. Are any of you real? This is probably Zip Luke paying for fucking viewers, or unless you did it, Gilch. There are websites that where you can do that. You can go pay for views. People are losers and they do that shit.
People used to do that to me, actually. When I used to stream, like,
These are bots probably sent by Zip fucking Luke. Zip Luke, if
Wait.
you're watching, you're a piece of shit.
What time are you trying to get into the arena?
I don't know, probably like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock.
Shit.
you better bring fucking vitamins, bro.
No, I'll be
It's
alright,
gonna be a
man.
long night.
I'm done anyway, bro. I woke up 2 days ago and my neck, I can't even look left or right without pain. So I don't even know. I'm not bringing my titles tomorrow. I'm definitely not bringing my extra camera. It's going to be a cell phone party.
Cell phone and a charger.
Yeah, I might bring the portable charger, actually. But if that's the case, then I have to bring my little backpack, but I don't know. I could keep it in the pocket, but it's uncomfortable, no?
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure I leave with 100 tomorrow, and that's it, man.
I'm going to go buy a t-shirt. Now we're up to 98. This is definitely Zip Luke's doing, man. Come on, guys. I want to go to bed. Why are you coming in here now? 98? I have a long day tomorrow. I got to wake
Come
up and I
talk
gotta
to the
work for
Spanish
it.
God.
Spanish God?
You know what? If this is real or not, it's gonna put us towards probably number 1.
Yeah, no, I'll take it, man. I'm going to sit here and take this for as long as I can.
Yeah, we're gonna be number 1 on WWE. People search WWE 2K on Twitch. We'll be number 1.
That's pretty sweet.
We are number 1. We're number 1.
We are the number 1 show.
Night,
That's the number 1 podcast on the fucking planet, man. Fuck all this other shit. I was listening to some Howard Stern today. I feel like Howard Stern's lost his touch, man. He's just like filthy and dirty still, but it's not the same. It's not as funny as it used to be, the dick and fart jokes. Do you still listen to Howard Stern at all, Gilch? No way, right? I haven't listened to him in years. Today I gave him a shot. You know, he has a show. There's a lot of people that have shows and podcasts. A lot of people, all the wrestlers are starting podcasts now. McFoley's got one recently in the last couple of weeks. Kevin Nash just started one, and his is so bad. Like he literally
It is bad.
says the same things for like every single like question they ask him. He uses the same words. I mean, he's almost as bad as Bischoff using bro. Bro.
No, you mean Vince Russo.
Vince Russo. That's not what I said. Who did I say?
You said Bischoff.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. Bischoff's actually good. Russo's the one that's a fucking scumbag. But Bischoff too, he's kind of one-sided. He has his favorites and the guys he loves, and he shits on people that aren't them.
He was a good voice to listen to for a while when he did interviews, but like the last couple of years, he's just become like super like grouchy and salty. Like he's just like he seems just like jealous of like any success in my opinion right now.
I can believe that. I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do with him?
What can you do?
All right. Well, what's the most exciting thing even going on in wrestling right now? I feel like nothing's really exciting right now.
Tomorrow night, that's it, man.
Besides tomorrow, obviously, I'm talking about like WWE wise. If we stick to WWE for a second, is there anything really exciting going on?
No.
It's the same old bullshit.
Pretty much. Just tomorrow night is exciting.
We're still talking about Riddle and fucking Seth Rollins. That shit is whack. Tomorrow night, there's a lot going on though. You're gonna see the Acclaim become the new tag team champions of the world. You're gonna see, good God, Bryan Danielson beat the shit out of Moxley in a great fucking match.
Yeah, you're gonna see the whole crowd.
I don't think anyone's even gonna get on the mic, guys, except the Acclaimed. I'm pretty sure, like for those 2 hours, the Acclaimed are gonna be the only people that get to use a microphone because there's so many matches.
It should start. It should start the whole shit.
I have a bet. Ready?
Yeah.
See who's right, Jay or George, or maybe you both take the same answer. Over under on how many minutes into the match that Moxley's cut open. I'm gonna put it
5.5 minutes.
7 minutes. Are you both going under?
I'm going under 7 minutes. Definitely under 7 minutes. Has to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 12 minutes.
Whoa.
12.
Does Moxley know what to do in the ring that long without being cut open?
You heard what Triple H said about bleeding now, right?
No, what did he say?
Basically, like, they're not going to really do it anymore. Like, he says that that's something we used to do, but it's irresponsible to continue to do it.
Hey, man, they could make better product without it.
Probably. I mean, they
We've
did
seen it before.
They did let Cody Rhodes bleed.
I have no problem with it, but it shouldn't be as often as like AEW.
Definitely not the way Moxley's doing it. He's making a fucking mockery of it.
When there's blood in the ring in one of the Dynamite matches, was just like, when there's WWE blood, it's like, oh shit, like what? Like it should be like a big deal, you know?
I don't disagree with you. I really don't. They need to treat it with more respect. I feel like they just AEW. It's like you never know who's gonna have a bloody fucking match.
Are you gonna let Hornswoggle blade you in your first match at Creator Pro?
Am I gonna let Hornswoggle train me?
Blade you?
No. I'll fucking launch that little fucking mutant. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That first event that I was at that All Sports place, I don't know if you went to the bathroom with all the other night, but like the wrestlers are in there like pissing. The guy Vargas, like before the event starts, same thing last time I saw him. He's in the bathroom getting like his hair already like greased up and like
everything. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
So this guy told me at the last one, he's like, "Yo, I went to the bathroom, right? Some guy blowing up the fucking stall. I mean, like bombs, right? Then all of a sudden, he flushes, gets up, fucking Hornswoggle walks out.
Oh my god, he was there, Creator Pro?
He wasn't. He's hurt. Otherwise, he would have been there the other night. He had to have surgery on something.
Oh shit!
He's a Creator Pro guy.
You said, "Oh shit is right."
I was there. I mean, I've never been a fan of Hornswoggle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like nothing. Whenever I saw him on WWE, it's like immediately.
Him and Eugene. I was never a fan of that fucking shit.
The Eugene one was so silly and stupid. I feel bad for him. Triple H would just pick on him and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I hated that.
I was so horrible. I hated that shit.
All right, here's a good topic. What did you hate the absolute most on the history of your wrestling experience? What's the one thing that sticks out to you that you just can't get rid of? That you wish it never happened? It was the worst thing you've ever seen.
I got one. But
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It may be that Owen Hart thing, man. That's probably like the worst thing, bro. To like ever see.
Now you're taking it to the next level. Yeah,
obviously.
I'm just saying.
I thought you were talking about like on TV.
Like a segment or a match. All right. Besides the death of Owen Hart live, which is definitely the most horrific moment in the history of WWE television.
Yeah. You guys watching that
segment match wise for me, and you guys will probably be shocked, but for me it was WrestleMania 16's main event. I was just absolutely disgusted by the lack of storytelling.
16?
Yes, the Fatal 4-Way between Mick Foley, Triple H, The Rock, and The Big Show. That match should have been Triple H versus The Rock, main event. Fuck all that other bullshit. Mick Foley and Big Show could have had a hardcore match. Who gives a fuck? The main event, for me, like the moment I found out it was a Fatal 4-Way, like I was like, all right, this show's already like done for. Like, I had no respect for that WrestleMania main event. And at that point in my life, WrestleMania was a really big deal to me. You know, the first 14 WrestleMania events all resonated with me, and they were all special to me, even the shitty ones. And there really wasn't that many shitty ones. The shittiest WrestleMania main event from 1 to 14 was probably Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter. And that wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad because Sergeant Slaughter carried that shit with his vignettes and his promos and his work. It was all good. So, to me, yeah, that was a big fucking deal to me. I thought it was shit from the moment it got booked.
I know what mine is.
What's yours?
The Brawl for All.
The boxing. With, with Bart Gunn, right? Getting knocked the fuck out by, Butterbean, whatever the fuck.
Did you guys see the Dark Side of the Ring episode on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, it was good. You should watch it. Apparently, Dr. Death was going to be pushed to the moon as like the super heel.
JR loved him.
Yeah, like the heel Hulk Hogan. And when he got knocked out for real in that, it like destroyed all his momentum and he never recovered. But there's very few people that you could talk to about that in the business that have a single positive thing to say about that. Jim Ross, Cornette, I mean, as usual, he goes off on it. You know, you're taking guys that are athletes, but they're not professional fighters. And I mean, someone could have got, I mean, people did get hurt. People could have got like, seriously injured. Like, this thing was a fucking terrible.
It was a mess. It was unnecessary. Because what are you? Are you wrestling or are you boxing? Make up your fucking mind. You can't just go switching back and forth.
Or if you want to do it, it had to kind of be like fake and scripted, but it wasn't. They just let them go off.
They let them go off, yeah. That's something that you'll never see again.
Never.
That's for sure. Jay, how about you? What's your moment?
Man, I'm going to say when Hardcore Holly had his arm broken when Kurt Angle did the moonsault from the top on SmackDown and basically never covered his whole career. Because he was in a jetpack. And basically his career never recovered right after that. And we never saw him ever again.
For me, it was the horrific ankle injury.
That was pretty
from
bad.
Sid Vicious is like second place for me. Seeing that live changed my fucking perspective on the business and just how dangerous shit can be.
What's crazy about it is that
thank you, Gilch, for the gifting to the community over here. He's gifting the robots of Twitch, baby.
I hope these are real people that just got those gift subs.
I hope so.
But the replay of them showing that was just crazy.
But the ankle injury, right?
Oh, the arm broken.
Oh, yeah. Now, there's been a lot of horrific injuries over the years. I mean, that's another whole conversation you can have. I think the Stone Cold
he
one...
never recovered.
The Stone Cold one was pretty horrific. You could see his head hit with that pile driver.
I don't know, man, but I was always a fan of Bob Holly's work, so...
yeah, Hardcore Holly was the real fucking deal. He used to beat people up in the locker room.
He was having a push until that situation, man. He never recovered from that.
All right. Here's my next question. I'll go to Gilch first. All time, who's the toughest WWE superstar in real life? all time. Like the guy that would really just win the fight against anybody no matter what in real life. All time. Could be Brock, you could say Andre the Giant, whatever you want.
I mean, I think Brock right away, but in reality, I got to go to guys who were better fighters. So, like, two guys that come to mind because they could probably just grab onto something and break it in the blink of an eye would be Angle and Kurt Shamrock.
Okay. How about you, Jay?
I'm going to say Andre.
That's who I was going with. In real life, I don't think anybody would be able to even phase Andre. Even if you were kicking the shit out of him, whatever. He grabs your ass with one hand. He'll break you in half, man. Like a little fucking pretzel. Like a little pretzel.
Drinking, he'll knock your ass out.
I've also heard over the years that, and I've heard this from a lot of different wrestlers, Haku, to them, is like the toughest son of a bitch in the history of professional wrestling. And he's one guy in the locker room that you do not want to fuck with, man.
I was going to say Umaga.
What's going on, Supreme Echo? How you doing, man? I wish someone else was in the chat, man.
I was going to say Umaga. I was going to say Umaga was the toughest.
Umaga? Yeah, he's a tough guy, absolutely. There have been a lot of tough guys over the years of the business. Bruno Sammartino, I've heard a lot of stories about over the years. That he was a fucking absolute savage.
Jacob Fatu right now.
Fucking Jacob Fatu? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Right now, I could see Bobby Lashley maybe being the toughest guy. Like, if you go active roster, it's obviously between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, without a doubt. I mean, I don't know if you guys would argue that. I wouldn't.
Any other professional fighters in? Don't tell me the poll. Any other like legit?
Jake Hager.
He hasn't fought.
He hasn't fought anybody like fucking famous or anything like that. Some crazy shit.
He hasn't had a fight in like 2 years. Man.
I really don't know what's going on right now, but this is the wrong night for this to be happening. I'll tell you that. This is the absolute wrong night. Jay, you know how many it says we're watching this right now?
There is zero chance that we have 307 viewers on Twitch.
I gotta take a screenshot of
that.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. You guys
no
are
problem. No problem, Supreme. Since you seem to be one of the only people talking, or at least one of the only.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is, man.
Supreme, what's going on, Brody? There's definitely other real people in here, but they're all fucking shy, and it's a shame. Because if you guys are in here and you're just listening to us, you can be a part of the show. You can say what's up. You can ask a question. Anything you want about AEW, about WWE, New Japan, Impact. I mean, Impact sucks. If you guys want to know what we think about Impact fucking sucks. Right, Jay? Impact sucks?
I don't think it sucks. I just don't watch it.
No, I think Impact fucking sucks. Because if it was fucking good, I would fucking watch it. And that's why I don't watch it. Because it
When's
sucks.
the last time you watched it?
Like maybe like 4 months ago.
When Diana Peraza lost the tag team belt. That's the last time I saw it.
She won them back.
Oh, all right.
Trash.
Her and Chelsea Cardona.
Fucking absolute fucking hot stain garbage shit. Impact, for me, I haven't been a fan of Impact since like the AJ Styles days. Impact had its moments, man. Like AJ was a fucking beast. Samoa Joe was a beast.
That's
a lot of homegrown talent in it at fucking Impact over the years. Ace Austin, example one. Where's Austin Aries, bro? Why'd they just shit on that guy's fucking career, bro? I heard he was a dick.
Because he's fucking crazy. Because he's a fucking crazy lunatic.
Jay, did you hear the rumor that Velveteen Dream is on his way back to NXT?
You hear him? He's on his way to jail. Dream. He's on his way to jail.
He's not going to jail yet. He's definitely not going to jail just yet. He might be going to jail soon.
There is no way that this guy will get hired anywhere, bro. He has to basically leave the country, bro, to work.
Let's look up the Grand Slam card real quick, guys. Grand Slam card. We get a little preview of Grand Slam. All right. So first match I see here is the interim. Of course, here I hate that fucking word. Interim Women's World Champion. Toni Storm versus Serena D versus Athena versus Dr. Britt Baker DMD.
This shouldn't be the opener. No. It should be the Acclaim starting because they're going to get
I'm just going by the
pop.
card that I'm reading right now, and this is based on, like,
No.
supposedly...
It makes sense. Let's think about it. It makes sense. The Acclaim's going to blow the building away more than the main event. We need to knock this out first so we can have more energy for the main event and the whole crowd.
I would like to see the Acclaim just get the main event, man. Take care of Moxley, Bryan Danielson first.
Man.
MJF comes out, sets the fucking tone.
That's not gonna happen, bro.
Imagine, you would be fucking bugging out if that happened right away, though.
I'll probably walk out the building and be like, "What is this crap?" But that's probably be me, man. You know.
Who are you taking in that match, though? I would love to see Britt Baker come out and win, but I have a feeling they're gonna give it to fucking I don't know. I have a feeling they're gonna give it to Athena.
I have Britt.
Okay.
Gonna go. I hope Britt.
Yeah, I hope Britt too. I want to see Britt win, but I just think the way they shitted on Athena with Jade Cargill, this is her way of getting a rub payoff. Like, here, fuck Tony, you'll take the title off her, and then Britt's gonna take it off you in a program, and then maybe Jamie then takes it off Britt in the next 6 months, something like that. I don't know, but anyway, at one point Thunder Rose is gonna come back and she's gonna want her fucking match. All Atlantic Championship match. And this is the one that I'm most scared to watch. Because I really think Orange Cassidy is going to do it in New York City and he's going to become the new AEW All Atlantic Champion. I don't want it to happen. I want Pac to retain. And I think everyone in that fucking building wants Pac to retain. This isn't bullshit wrestling fans we're talking about. This is New York City wrestling fans. Real wrestling fans love Pac. Gil, who do you see coming out on top on this? Who are you picking? If you had to bet on this one, who would you take?
They're going to give it to Orange, bro. They are.
That's what I see coming. That's what I see coming.
I have very little doubt in that, just the way they treat him,
All right, Jay, what did you see in this?
I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say that they're using all their top stars for this whole freaking match tomorrow. This whole match card playing out tomorrow.
I feel like one of the most interesting matches of the night, and only because the results of the match could lead to Chris Jericho becoming an 8-time world champion. And I feel like that's a special moment for Chris Jericho. Whether it's Ring of Honor or AEW, it's still a world title. They're treating it like a world title. They're calling it a world title. Do you see Jericho beating Claudio, Jay? Do you see it happening?
No.
Gilch, I don't really know. I think we're in the fucking Twilight Zone. I'm just going to say that.
I don't see it.
This has got to be the fucking Twilight Zone, right? Gilch, you're going to go broke. Just sub it. Go ahead. Give out 488 gifts, Gilch. I dare you.
Nah.
Gilch doesn't want to make me a very happy man tonight.
I don't...
I could pay for the Bret Hart tickets if you did that.
I wouldn't mind gifting more subs if I really know the people.
Yeah, exactly. We need to know you're real people. This guy's out here gifted subs. You gotta go say hi in the chat.
If you're real in the chat, if you're in the chat, type 1.
Yes, just say 1. Say 1. And let us know in the chat right away, who do you think's going to win tomorrow night at Grand Slam? Is it going to be Moxley? Is it going to be Bryan Danielson? Let us know.
I still got Moxley.
MJF is going to come out, but back to the card that we were discussing. Jay, real quick, you think Jericho's going to be Claudio?
No.
No, right? Gilch, you think that's possible?
I think it's possible.
I think it's highly possible.
I wouldn't say highly. I think it's possible. I don't think so.
All right, and of course we have the tag team championship.
It's kind of like a stupid title to put on Jericho.
Maybe, but you can't have him lose 2 matches in a row. You can't have the Wizard lose 2 matches in a row. He just lost to Danielson. He's gonna lose to Claudio now. That's gonna make Jericho look hella weak. I just don't see that. I see Jericho not winning clean either, people. Okay, he's not gonna win clean. I think he's going to win. He's going to win by screwing over Claudio, and then Claudio will probably get it right back from him in a couple of, whatever the fuck. Maybe at Full Gear, they'll have a rematch. It's a possibility. And then, of course, we have Swerve in Our Glory versus The Acclaim. guaranteed, I feel with all my heart, that the Acclaimed not only are going to win this match, but they have to win this match. They have to win this match to save face. They have to make massive changes right now to kind of put a Band-Aid over the massive fucking cut they have right now that's bleeding, and it's infected, and it's nasty, and they have still yet to clean it up, to me. I don't know. The only thing I have to say is this: I hope we don't see Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory at Full Gear. I hope the Acclaimed move on to another tag team and another program. Whoever it's going to be.
I want to beat him again. I don't care if they want to beat him again like one more time, maybe on like Dynamite, a rematch on a Dynamite.
But not for the pay-per-view. They need to start a new program.
It's going to be with the Ass Boys, no?
It's a possibility, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Could go to them first. What other tag teams really are there that would, Jay, who would you want to see take it off the Acclaimed? FTR?
Nah, not gonna happen. I mean, it all points to the Gun Club. Not if that's what is that what they are? Gun Club, Ass Boys, whatever.
Ass Boys, yeah.
It's all pointing to that, but honestly, I wouldn't.
Actually, now Stokely called them the Guns. I think right now they're just the Guns.
I don't know, man. I don't think they really have a tag team division besides FTR. We all know the Young Bucks are fucking favoritism to their buddies, and FTR.
Well, they had a tag team division until they split up Lucha and fucking Jungle Boy, and then you had, of course, the Lucha Bros.
I'm tired.
They had a couple of teams. Young Bucks, obviously, but it was always the same 4 or 5 teams. They need more. They definitely need more tag teams that the Acclaimed can squash, so they can have a nice title run for a couple of months, with some decent matches. Yeah, why not? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Shook Crew on Dark.
Yeah, maybe. Yo, hey, dude, they're gonna probably tell them, hey, who do you want to squash this week? Yeah, we got 2 guys.
I was just gonna say, don't be shocked if you see same thing with that MJF squash on Bryce Donovan, that you don't see another 2 Korean Pro indie guys squashing on a Dynamite one day.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see Best in the World on an episode of AEW one day getting just destroyed by the Acclaimed.
I could see that.
100%. Or the Iron Savages. Or whatever the fuck they're going to be called that week they get signed for a fucking dump match. God. What other matches am I missing for Dynamite? There's going to be a lot tomorrow. I know there's more that I'm not even seeing here.
Main card matches.
I took off of work and I'm sleeping till 2 in the afternoon tomorrow. I don't blame you. It's a long fucking night.
What time are you trying to what time are you trying to get there?
I don't even know. I think I'm driving to Brooklyn. I think I'm getting into Brooklyn at about a little before 6, and then my friend was gonna drive me there. The one who's coming with me. So
that's a good timing though.
Yeah, I figure by the time little traffic, parking, maybe 7:20 by the time you get to the building.
That's not bad.
With a 2-hour Rampage, who the fuck cares about dark? I mean, it's gonna be such a long night. I don't care if I get there halfway through dark sleeping.
That dark shit, yeah. I with dark.
Shit gets crazy, man. I'll tell you what, though. I'm not gonna just end this stream. I'm gonna let these people watch a whole nother episode of fucking Wrestling with Savage.
I don't think I'm going to get my Wrestling with Savage t-shirt in time for my first row hard camera angle next Wednesday.
Probably not, man.
You got any sitting around the house?
No, hell no. I still haven't even fucking ordered one because I wanted to design more. I wanted to put one with the updated logo. I just haven't had the fucking chance. I gotta do it soon. I need to sit down for a couple hours and just bang out a couple of new shirts with the new logo and all that stuff. I want to make a custom shirt for each one of you. For Jay, for Gilch, for Dave. So this way, if you want, you can order that one and you have your fucking name in the back.
Yeah.
If I ever get some extra money, I will just fucking order you one. But extra money is it's a rarity around here. It's like fucking hitting my 15-pick parlay. I wish. I fucking wish. I gotta say this, though. Fuck you, Giants, for winning last week. Fuck you. We got any football fans in here, man? Come on, man. 533 people watching? Where are you fucking robots? There's got to be real people out there.
I had a couple DMs thanking me for gifted subs, so not all robots.
Oh, wow.
Mystic Mac, thank me for the gifted sub. Mystic Mac, what's
But
Where do
no
you hang your hat?
followers.
Are you an AEW guy, WWE, a little of everything?
But absolutely no follows, no love. Maybe we got to show them a little video of what we do.
And I just want to say, you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking yeah.
I wonder. Oh, this is Smackdown and Rampage. Oh, perfect. This is a long ass episode. I'm just gonna replay that episode.
You are watching Wrestling.
When we're done here. Whenever we're done. I don't know if we're done. Maybe you're done. Gilch looks like he's probably done.
Let's do Mount Rushmore's.
Mount Rushmore's? Oh.
Close it out.
All right.
All right. We'll do a quick little Mount Rushmore. Go ahead. Give us your Mount Rushmore.
Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, Jay White.
For me?
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Ric Flair. Who would be one? Damn, I'm really tough at this. But I just think this guy made a little more money than this other guy. I'm going to say John Cena.
Right.
Yeah.
Gilch, what's yours? Rushmore?
So my Mount Rushmore has been at 7 for the longest time, and I'm sorry.
Damn.
I can't. I try to take a guy off, and every time I talk myself out of it. In no order, Stone Cold. I mean, let's face it, ushered in the Attitude Era, the greatest era in wrestling. The Rock. I mean, you know, the guy took wrestling Hollywood, right? I mean, Rob Van Dam. I think he inspired a complete generation of wrestlers. Jericho, HBK. I put Hogan on an awful lot, but I think he's kind of got to be there for entering the early era. And Triple H was box office during the Attitude Era. So I'm always stuck at 7, and I eliminate 1 or 2 guys, and then I talk myself back into it.
Okay.
That's what I eliminated. I eliminated Hogan because I just felt Cena changed something, and he made a lot more money, and he was always good with his kids, man.
There were few guys that they put the company in their hands, like they're completely
He really
right.
carried it.
Hogan, Rock, Cena. So I mean, it's hard to leave him off there, really.
My Mount Rushmore is simple, and it starts with this: Vince McMahon is the mountain that the Mount Rushmore is built on. That's what Vince McMahon is. He is the mountain that Mount Rushmore is carved into. And then into this mountain, you have some faces. Hulk Hogan is the first one there because of what he did for the business and how he catapulted it to another level. He was the first one to take it mainstream. I'm not going to say he was the first one to take it mainstream because Jerry the King Lawler doesn't get as much credit as he deserves for being the first one to really take it mainstream by getting involved with Andy Kaufman. But that alone isn't enough for me to carve him into the Mount Rushmore. The way Hulk Hogan got it into the mainstream and made all his movies, TV shows, and just the way he carried the business on his shoulders from 1983 to about 1991 it was an impressive run that will never be duplicated again as far as like being able to maintain that popularity. And the crazy thing is, his run didn't even end there. You know, there's more to talk about for days, but let's not even get into that. Next to Hulk Hogan, you have Ric Flair. Because without Ric Flair, there isn't a lot of wrestlers doing what they did over the last 20, 30 years. Ric Flair, just like you said, Rob Van Dam inspired everybody. Ric Flair inspired probably more than anyone else in the history of the business. Possibility. I mean, he still inspires people around the world. You see football players You see Super Bowl celebrations. Ric Flair is more than wrestling royalty. He literally is wrestling wrapped in a human body that's walking on this planet, and he's still limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing son of a gun that he was in the 70s. And for that and that alone, he is in my Mount Rushmore, always. Number 3 is Triple H, for what he's done for this business, for the stars that he's created, and for all the moments and memories, and for literally kicking pretty much every good wrestler's ass, from the likes of The Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho. I can go on and on and on, but Triple H in the game ended up playing the game better than anyone, married the boss's daughter, has the smartest fucking business moves in the history of business. He married Stephanie McMahon on TV in a gimmick where she was passed out and unconscious, and he pretended to use her voice to have the marriage ceremony even happen. I mean, that's something that you would never see on TV again either. Just like you won't ever see the Brawl for All on TV ever again either. You will never see a man kidnap a woman, drug her, and then marry her without her consent. You will never see that again. That's a one-time only thing. And number 4, because I'm gonna keep it short because we're gonna end the show now. Well, we're gonna end us, and then I'm gonna play.
Mount Rushmore has 4.
Mount Rushmore has 4, and I got to do it. And number 4, it's a hard pick for me because there's a lot of guys, but it has to go to Stone Cold Steve Austin because of what he did and his just unbelievable fire run. Even if it was for a few years, the impact that he had on the business is everlasting. His attitude, his demeanor, his intensity, and his outright sheer determination to become who he became, because he said it to that on that promo at King of the Ring. You could see it in his eyes. You could see the fire in his eyes. He was sick of the mistreatment. He was sick of the lack of opportunity, and he was sick of the bullshit. And he laid it all out here. This is a message to everyone in the locker room. You're all on Stone Cold's list. You could say your proms and say your prayers, but it never got you anywhere, Jake the Snake Roberts. Talk about your Psalms, talk about your John 3:16s, well, Austin 3:16 said I just whooped your ass. And yes, I had goosebumps and my hairs were, I get goosebumps now just thinking about it, going back to that moment of him winning that King of the Ring when that tournament actually meant something. And he proved it in the ring back then. He used to put in the work. He could put on great caliber matches all the fucking time. His matches with Bret Hart, Gilch is a Bret Hart guy, so I'm sure his matches with Bret were, in my opinion, my favorite match of all time. People always ask me, George, what's your favorite match of all time? And you know what I tell them? I tell them it's usually Bret Hart versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania 13, man. That match to me will never be replicated, bro. It was too good. The intensity, the story. It was so good to the point where I kind of wish the main event of WrestleMania 14 was Stone Cold versus Bret Hart.
That's not my favorite.
I forgot. I'm sorry, Jake.
Listen, that's not my favorite match, but I'm going to just say this. Listen, I was really tough on that Hogan-Cena, but you're right. You would said it's never going to be duplicated. As of now, nobody has ever duplicated the most main event matches held. It's still Hogan, but overall, Cena has definitely outstretched him, man. And things he's done for the kids, he carried a
100%. No, Cena definitely did, bro. But don't forget, Hogan made the blueprint, man. And that's what Mount Rushmores are about. They're about the guys that set the blueprint for the future.
He carried us to 2 eras. Ruthless Aggression and the PG era. You gotta give it to Cena, man.
Some of those Bret Hart Mr. Perfect matches are some of my favorite ever.
Yeah, he was awesome, man. Cena's a beast, bro. I have nothing but love and respect for Cena. He's inching into my top 10 all-time kind of shit because he's just on a legendary kind of stuff.
I'm gonna say I like Rick Rude versus Ultimate Warrior.
That match was good too, but that was carried by Ravishing Rick Rude. Ultimate Warrior couldn't lead a match if his life depended on it.
I think it's underrated. I don't think it doesn't get enough credit for it. I like it.
How do we have 554 people? This is insane.
Because they like Rick Rude.
And only 2 people chat.
And Jay, you wanted NXT to get views tonight, right? Isn't that funny? You always talk about NXT getting views. Your NXT show over here is breaking at least all the Twitch records. Now, if you 554 people are fucking real, then I'm going to put you a link in the chat right here, and you need to go to this link and subscribe right now. Fuck YouTube. Fuck Twitch. Go to YouTube and subscribe, man. Right now. What are you doing? Right here it is. Here's your link. Go to that link. Click subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, because I promise you this, we do go live pretty much 4 times a week. We're not going to be live tomorrow night because we're going to actually be at the show live. So unfortunately, Wrestling with Savage will probably not happen till 1 in the morning. And when it does happen, it's going to be a very quick show with me just giving you a brief rundown of what happened, probably with absolutely no voice.
We should try people and ask them questions like, who do you think is going to win? And just put it on the show.
I don't even think I'm going to have my voice by the time I get home, Gilch. I'm pretty sure the Acclaimed are going to just absolutely get me murdered tomorrow with my excitement for their victory. I might
What you do is, when you're going live during the show,
I'm going to have to have some tea.
Just probably grab like a fan or two that's there and just like interview. Like, what do you think of the night so far?
That's actually not a bad idea. No, I definitely, that's another reason why I wanted to get there earlier, so I could do a lot of videos with people that are there, asking them about AEW, WWE, like, you know, what match are you most excited about tonight? Who's your favorite superstar? Just bullshit, basic bullshit that I could use to play on the show. I actually did want to do that.
Link the Discord too.
Let's link the Discord too.
I don't know how to do links in YouTube.
On YouTube? Yeah. We're not on YouTube. We're on Twitch. That's where all these people are.
Right.
Twitch. What's up, Twitch world?
There you go. But all the links are in the website. You can also go to wrestlingwithsavage.com, where you can see all our links to everything we've ever done. You can actually see a full list of all the shows we've ever done, including pay-per-view episodes, live play-by-play commentary. I have a couple of unboxing videos on the YouTube page. You can also see some other videos from Creative Pro that I put out there on the YouTube page. But yeah, we do this shit usually Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Thursday we take a break because I hate Impact and I'm never going to watch it.
It's not bad.
Fridays. It's not bad, but it's not good enough for me to watch wrestling 5 days a week. And that's the bottom line. And that's the bottom line. You know, Gilch was like, oh yeah, I was just saying something about Impact that day. I was like, bro, Thursday's the only fucking day I get during the week that isn't fucking wrestling related.
I tape it and I try and watch it at some point during the week usually.
Pretty sure my wife's favorite day of the week is Wednesday. Because she gets to sleep peacefully. She doesn't have to hear me yelling like a fucking lunatic.
You mean Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, man. I'm fucking already delirious.
I was confused there for a minute.
You guys have any other closing statements? You got 574 people. Jay.
I can't wait till mañana. I don't know what time y'all gonna be there. I'm gonna shoot after work. I guess I'll hit you up. Where you gonna be at? Bro?
I'm gonna be home.
Gonna be at 4, 5 o'clock.
I don't know what time I'm leaving. I don't even know how I'm getting there yet because I don't want to drive. The Dude Rose, thank you for the follow. We appreciate you.
If you do, man, you got.
I'm probably gonna take the fucking bus over there, man. Because I don't want to pay $50 for fucking parking again.
Park in Flushing, bro. You just fucking take the train one stop.
That's not a bad idea. No, that's actually not a terrible idea, but I don't want to take the train either, man.
Well, you gotta do it early, though. You can't do it on some fucking 5, 6 o'clock.
I might just go park it on fucking Northern Boulevard, actually, and just walk across.
Are the Mets home? No, they're away.
No,
Thank God.
Thank God, yeah, that would be bad.
I just thought of that. Oh,
that would be bad.
It was like 7-4 last time I checked.
If Gilch was coming earlier as fuck, I would tell him to come fucking pick me up.
Yeah, it was 4-0, and they hit Alonso hit a home run, and Lindor hit a grand slam.
But I think I'm gonna follow Gilch's advice. I'm gonna sleep, man. I think I'm gonna sleep from because I gotta work early, but I'm gonna try to get home 12:30. And I'm gonna try to crash for a couple hours, and just fucking relax. What's going on, Hermes? How you doing, brother? We're chilling over here talking about some wrestling.
I'm gonna sleep till I pass out, man.
Oh my God! It just went up to 755. Is this real? I don't know, man.
It's real, man. NXT 2.0 brings out the best out of everybody. You're seeing it tonight.
But if you guys have been watching this, we appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'll see you late with some Grand Slam recap.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good night. God bless. Stick around. You can catch the last episode we did talking about Smackdown, Rampage, and we definitely covered a lot about Grand Slam. So if you want to just hear more of the show, don't fucking go anywhere. Gilch, Jay, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody have a good night and take care.
Bye. Come on.
Podcast in the history of podcasts.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're here with Gilch live. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? What are we redeeming down there? What kind of shirt is that? What are you rocking tonight? I'm rocking the Macho Man tonight. Oh my God! Oh, the nuts! Redeem the nuts. Shout out to Macho Verse out there, Macho Man, Macho Madness. I wonder what he's doing tonight. He's probably out in the bar somewhere, fucking dropping an elbow off a bar stool or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Shout out to Jay, shout out to Dave, and of course shout out to you out there who have been supporting us and watching this show, clicking subscribe, hitting the follow button, and the most important thing you can do is you can share this, because usually your friends will always ask you, oh, why haven't you made it yet? Why haven't you made it yet? Why haven't you made it yet? Because you haven't shared my shit yet! That's why! Share my shit! Wrestling with Savage. We're going live right now. Smackdown opens up live from Anaheim, California, in the Honda Center. And we're going to open up the night. Actually, you know what? Before we get into that real quick, I heard the announcement earlier. I sent you a picture. I want to go right into this. What are your thoughts on Oldberg versus Omos at the Crown Jewel?
I don't want to waste thoughts on it.
It's really that bad? Like, is this Vince?
It's not Triple H.
This has got to be Goldberg calling Vince. Hey, Vince, man, I'm a little light this month. You got anything for old Goldberg over here? Don't worry, Bill, I got you. Let me send a couple of text messages to Hunter, and we'll get you on the show. Yeah, and that's it. Literally, that's probably all it was. Because for some reason, Saudi is willing to pay a lot of money to see all these guys. They're trying to get somebody to die in the ring before it's all said and done. I don't know who, but... And then, what good part of this is, on top of that announcement, they told us Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. Gilch, did we lose you? You're still here, buddy.
I'm here, bro.
All right. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Does that at least excite you a little bit? I mean, we've never seen it.
Yes. No. No, we haven't seen it, so technically it's something new.
Or do you think this should be more for WrestleMania? Is that why you don't like it?
No, I'm okay with it here. I just like just out of nowhere, like no story, it's like what? It's just I don't know. It's just so out of left field to me.
Well, of course, this hasn't been officially announced. This is just like a leaked thing, and that's the problem that WWE has is too many people are in the kitchen listening to the cook, and everybody runs their mouth, and they ruin everything. They ruin all the fucking spoilers. They ruin all the moments. These cocksuckers out there trying to destroy Royal Rumbles for us. By the way, I heard Randy Orton's going to come back by Royal Rumble, and he's rocking a nice beard that's really gray right now, going hard. Do you want to see him lose the beard?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you want to see him go on to become a 15 and 16-time champion?
No.
Really? No love for Randy.
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem if that's what they want to do. I mean,
not right now, not immediately. Maybe like in a year or two, something like that. You don't want him to. You don't want to. See, you really don't want to see him have one more run, two more runs.
There's just so many other guys.
There is.
This is the furthest thing than a knock on Randy. It really is. There's just so many other guys.
I agree with you. There is so many other guys, but Randy is their like only real like active GOAT right now. He's like almost the last of a generation right now. Who else is there that's been there as long as Randy right now? Because I was thinking about it earlier and I couldn't think of anybody except maybe R-Truth.
Right.
Really? Who else has been?
Right.
Obviously,
Mysterio.
Okay, Ray. Not really exciting to think about. He's got his own little storyline going on. Edge has been there, obviously, as long as Randy. But we know Edge is gone next year.
Omos?
Omos, no way. I was trying to think. Maybe Sheamus? Sheamus is probably close to Randy. I think Sheamus came a few years after Randy. But anyway, that's the announcements we got today, Crown Jewel. Let's get into the show real quick, which is going to kick off.
Can I give you just a quick one-liner that I'm very excited about?
Absolutely.
I heard that Ezekiel has been replaced on the roster. If you go online and look at their roster, Ezekiel is no longer on the roster, but Elias is.
Perfect. Yeah, okay. When we called it that night when we saw it. We said we just saw a gimmick get killed. Like murdered. You're never going to see this guy. Yeah, literally. You're never going to see this guy on TV again. I mean, maybe one day if they run out of ideas, they're going to pull out like Elias's dad.
Podcast in the history of podcasts.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling Savage begins.
I'm trying to give these two WWE legends.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're here with Gilch live. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? What are we redeeming down there? What kind of shirt is that? What are you rocking tonight? I'm rocking the Macho Man tonight. Oh, my God. Oh, the nuts. Redeem the nuts. Shout out to Macho Verse out there. Macho Man. Macho Madness. I wonder what he's doing tonight. He's probably out in the bar somewhere fucking dropping an elbow off a bar stool or something. I wouldn't be surprised. Shout out to Jay, shout out to Dave, and of course shout out to you out there who have been supporting us and watching this show, clicking subscribe, hitting the follow button, and the most important thing you can do is you can share this, because usually your friends will always ask you, oh, why haven't you made it yet? Why haven't you made it yet? Why haven't you made it yet? Because you haven't shared my shit yet! That's why. Share my shit. Wrestling with Savage. We're going live right now. Smackdown opens up live from Anaheim, California, in the Honda Center. And we're going to open up the night. Actually, you know what? Before we get into that real quick, I heard the announcement earlier. I sent you a picture. I want to go right into this. What are your thoughts on Oldberg versus Omos at the Crown Jewel?
I don't want to waste thoughts on it.
It's really that bad? Like, is this Vince?
It's not Triple H.
This has got to be Goldberg calling Vince. Hey, Vince, man, you know, I'm a little light this month. You know, you got anything for old Goldberg over here? Don't worry, Bill, I got you. Let me send a couple of text messages to Hunter, and we'll get you on the show. Yeah, and that's it. Literally, that's probably all it was. Because for some reason, Saudi is willing to pay a lot of money to see all these guys. They're trying to get somebody to die in the ring before it's all said and done. I don't know who, but... And then, what good part of this is, on top of that announcement, they told us Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. Gilch, did we lose you? You're still here, buddy.
I'm here, bro.
All right. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Does that at least excite you a little bit? I mean, we've never seen it.
Yes. No. No, we haven't seen it, so technically it's something new.
Or do you think this should be more for WrestleMania? Is that why you don't like it?
No, I'm okay with it here. I just like just out of nowhere, like no story, like it's like what? It's just I don't know. It's just so out of like left field for me.
Well, of course, this hasn't been officially announced. This is just like a leaked thing, and that's the problem that WWE has is too many people are in the kitchen listening to the cook, and everybody runs their mouth, and they ruin everything. They ruin all the fucking spoilers. They ruin all the moments. These cocksuckers out there trying to destroy Royal Rumbles for us. By the way, I heard Randy Orton's going to come back by Royal Rumble, and he's rocking a nice beard that's really gray right now, going hard. Do you want to see him lose the beard?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you want to see him go on to become a 15 and 16-time champion?
No.
Really? No love for Randy.
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem if that's what they want to do. I mean,
not right now, not immediately. Maybe like in a year or two, something like that. You don't want him to. You don't want to. You really don't want to see him have one more run, two more runs.
There's just so many other guys.
There is.
This is the furthest thing than a knock on Randy. It really is. There's just so many other guys.
I agree with you. There is so many other guys, but Randy is their like only real like active GOAT right now. He's like almost the last of a generation right now. Who else is there that's been there as long as Randy right now? Because I was thinking about it earlier, and I couldn't think of anybody except maybe R-Truth.
Right.
Really? Who else has been?
Right.
Obviously,
Mysterio.
Okay, Ray. Not really exciting to think about. He's got his own little storyline going on. Edge has been there, obviously, as long as Randy. But we know Edge is gone next year.
Omos?
Omos, no way. I was trying to think. Maybe Sheamus? Sheamus is probably close to Randy. I think Sheamus came a few years after Randy. But anyway, that's the announcements we got today, Crown Jewel. Let's get into the show real quick, which is going to
Can I give you just a quick one-liner that I'm very excited about?
Absolutely.
I heard that Ezekiel has been replaced on the roster. If you go online and look at their roster, Ezekiel is no longer on the roster, but Elias is. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. When we called it that night when we saw it. We said we just saw a gimmick get killed. Like murdered. You're never going to see this guy. Yeah, literally. You're never going to see this guy on TV again. I mean, maybe one day if they run out of ideas, they're going to pull out like Elias's dad out of the woodshed or something. I don't know.
Gonna bring in the brother Elrond, who's gonna be played by the sweeper from Creative Pro.
What I'm hoping is obviously the predictable route is you let this guy grow his beard back, and he just comes back as Elias, and we pick up where we left off with Walk with Elias. I don't mind that. I think he has the crowd in the palm of his hand anytime he comes back now. Because don't forget, he went and gave them some comedic relief. Because at first the whole Ezekiel thing was funny. We were laughing the first couple of weeks. It did get played out, but KO kind of carried that whole storyline anyway. But, that's what happens. We get rid of the clown show shit, and now look at the KO we've been getting the last couple of weeks. We got the KO that breaks the nose of Theory to introduce him to the world of the WWE, bitch. And this is just the start, he said, I'm really hyped for that match on Monday. There might be real heat there. I'm very interested to see how that plays out. Is Theory afraid of KO in real life? We don't know. KO is a big guy. Who do you pick on that fight? Real fight, locker room, Theory or Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens.
I think I would have to agree with you. Let's kick off SmackDown, though. You got Logan Paul. Michael Cole says Logan Paul has balls for doing what he's doing, basically. Logan says, oops, I did it again. I have a big mouth. Had someone on my podcast this week. He goes by the name Roman Ranger, Tribal Chief, and he left. And I said if I wrestled the guy, it would be my match. So basically, Roman Reigns is on the show. He talks shit after Roman Reigns leaves, which sets up this whole nonsense. He said, I will tell you what. They kept chanting what at him, and his response was, I will tell you what. He just kept saying it like about 3 times. I opened my mouth about Floyd Mayweather. Not even could he take me down or even pay me. So I set the challenge with Roman, setting up a press conference in Nevada tomorrow. Out comes Paul Heyman with the bloodline. They're all out there now. Logan Paul wearing his glasses. Heyman decides to get in the ring. And this, by the way, is the first time we've seen Paul Heyman in quite some time. Were you surprised to see Heyman come out tonight? Because we didn't know about that.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
Did you watch that completely, or was that fast-forward material? Just let's tell the fans.
Or him coming out, promo, or the whole nine yards. I watched much of the promo, the match I was watching when I was fading. It's like Paul Heyman begin to speak, like I get happier.
Yeah, he's definitely reminiscent of a better time, but he's still good. I wasn't expecting to see him. Paul, basically comes out, bloodline circling the ring. Paul asks if he can come in. He even asks Logan for permission if he can come in the ring. They come in, they shake hands. Paul grabs the mic. Logan has a toothpick. He's doing this whole like Razor Ramon thing now with the toothpick. Heyman's like, I gotta tell you, anyone outside the WWE could be a Paul Heyman guy. It's you. It's you, Logan Paul. This man, this athlete, this global sensation stepped up, fought the greatest boxer of all time, Floyd Money Mayweather, and never went down not once. By the way, what did you think of that fight? I thought that fight was a joke.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely like a scripted. I think Floyd should have knocked his stupid ass out. But it's crazy that Floyd hasn't paid him yet. Do you believe that?
I don't know about that.
Okay, so he's just talking shit. Logan says it's just a press conference. I see so many Samoans around here, but only one me. Why? Are you guys afraid? What if I catch that one lucky shot? Let's skip all this bullshit. I didn't like this promo. I thought it was weak. I thought it made him look stupid. It should have been much shorter. He has no business being in the ring right now. Oh, we got some technical difficulties right now. There's a crying baby, and it's definitely not yours, Gilch.
Oh, it's you?
Yeah, that is me.
Are you on duty?
I don't know. This has never happened before. He usually has slept through every single show. This is the first episode where he is waking up in the middle of the night. This is real, people, and I don't know what to do because I don't think my wife is waking up right now. We're going to take a 10-second break. Watch this video. Watch this video if you've never seen it, and make sure you follow. Give me 10 seconds, Gilch.
You are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
I'm trying to give you.
All right. Like every problem in life, there's always a solution. You just got to find it. Now, I didn't like this. I thought it was shit. Logan Paul is basically your typical celebrity that sucks. He's good in the ring, but in the mic, and that's why he even said it himself. He said WWF is harder than boxing, and there's a reason he said that. Because it's not easy to just come in here and get these fans, me, you, the ones out there, the universe. It's not good to just get the universe on your side. People think they can do it, But
they think because they're athletes, they're automatically athletic enough to come in and be like a star, and then they're like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yeah, but when they come in and they do it for a while, they realize that the athleticism is only like 10% of it. Because if you don't make that connection, whether it be a love, hate, they just don't care at this point. It feels like these fans, they don't care about. They're not his followers. The people that are coming, that's the problem. The people that are coming to the shows, they're not his followers. And you don't have to pay to follow Logan Paul. You know what I'm saying? So the people that are following him aren't necessarily going to pay hundreds of dollars to come see him. Maybe his rich fans, but the average fan isn't showing up to WrestleMania to watch this guy wrestle. It's still going to be the WWE fans. So it's going to be a while before he actually works over the fans, if he even can. Do you think he has the ability to work over the fans at one point?
I don't know. I really don't. I have serious doubt that he might not be able to.
I got you.
You?
I haven't seen enough from him in the ring or on the mic to really make a fair assessment.
That's fair.
And, he usually is for these one-offs. Like, he'll come in, he'll type some bullshit, and then do his match and leave. That's probably what's going to happen here. He's going to have his match with Reigns, which obviously, let's be honest, Reigns is going to put on a show with this guy. Roman Reigns is going to try to make this guy look as good as he possibly can. Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, and as sad as this is to say, but because of the circumstances of what Logan Paul is, more than who he is, this is the biggest match in the history of Roman Reigns' career. This match will essentially have more people talking on the internet than maybe even Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, because of who this idiot is. Now, it's not necessarily the WWE universe that's going to be talking about it, but again, does that mean that they're going to show up to watch? Who's flying to Saudi? What Logan Paul fans flying to Saudi to watch this? Back to my point. I guess we'll see, but I think the match is going to be surprisingly good, but he's going to lose.
I think you're right. I mean, I don't know. I don't think anyone really thought that was the case. Like who was involved in the decision to bring him in. I just think they seen the amount of social media eyes that are on him, and like, if he could promote our social media, I mean, it's just more and more exposure.
Absolutely.
Which they don't really need at this point. I mean, they've got exposure fucking everywhere, but this guy just puts it like.
Well, the funny thing is, it's kind of all connected because, you know, his biggest athletic moment was being in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, who also is part of the WWE universe. I mean, he had a match at WrestleMania. So there is that, like, element there that you could see Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul happen 10 more times over the course of the next 20 years. I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case. But you know what I'm saying? That the possibility of that's there now. And WWE probably thought of that because, hey, they're like, we've worked with Floyd before. He loves us. We let him punch Big Show in the fucking mouth. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of people are talking about that. I think that's a possible future WrestleMania match. Floyd versus Logan Paul. When I was thinking about it while I was taking a shit earlier, I said that's where they're going with this. That's probably why they bring this kid in. Because usually when McMahon makes a big power move like that, or Triple H makes a power move, because now Triple H has been trained by McMahon for like how many years now? He has been by Vince's side, being trained by the best in the business on how to do things, how to deal with people. So he always probably told Triple H, you got to plan things years in ahead. You bring a guy in, you already know what you're doing with him over the next 4 or 5 years, you know? And you go. So they probably have it all laid out. Oh, he's going to fight Floyd Mayweather this year. Then another year, he's going to fight his brother. They're going to bring Jake Paul in. Bro, they're going to make bank, man. I'm telling you, with these idiots. But not from physical merch or shows.
Wouldn't shock me. You know, that wouldn't shock me when you play it. Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. They have a long career. The best part of all this was I liked Solo being out there with the NXT title. He looked really good tonight. The Usos, surprisingly, I'm starting to like them more the less they talk. I like it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They actually look more like ass kickers now. And they have the good bad oos, good oos vibe. You know, Jay's mad, asshole, and then Jimmy's just fucking cool. Good cop, bad cop kind of vibe going on. So it's getting interesting. But this is going to lead to our next match because Sami Zayn's going to get in the ring. He's going to babble a little bit. Logan Paul's going to slap him. And then Ricochet is going to make his way to the ring. And that's the match we're going to see right now. Here's some other screenshots real quick. There's Ricochet coming to the ring. Logan Paul running into him on the way back up the ramp. There's the picture of the bloodline. They came out all together. Of course, Roman's not in the house, but everybody else is there. And that's still a lot of gold on TV. Now let's get into the match between Sami Zayn versus Ricochet. You know, this match was good. I liked it. They were telling a good story, but there was moments that I wish I could have just fast-forwarded it because I knew where it was going, and bottom line, it's Ricochet being over, hitting that shooting star press yet again because for whatever reason, somebody in the back loves that shooting star press because I don't remember Ricochet using that for his finish forever. You know, all of a sudden now that's his finish, and he is beating people with it. Clean. What did you think of this match and the finish? Would you grade it or you didn't care?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't grade it either.
It's funny because I don't remember the last Ricochet match where I didn't at least say it was a bad match. Whoever he fought didn't bring it. I would always come out with I'll give it 1 star because there was at least 1 star in the ring. And I don't know, I felt Ricochet was actually going a little overboard in the ring with a lot of his flips and this and that. Like it felt like he was going too hard.
Yeah, dude, the way he connects shots, like he's really good at like connecting the knee shots to this and that. I feel like he should do a little more of that.
Yes, and he needs, as good as, like you said, what he does is he needs the other person to sell that stuff really well.
Yeah.
Like you got to sell it. If you don't sell it, it ends up looking like stupid.
Well, Sammy's all over the place, so I mean, who knows how he really feels about his career even at this point. Obviously, I think big things are on the horizon for Sami Zayn, though, especially considering that they're pushing KO. If KO becomes champion, you know we're going to have a feud with Sami. It's going to happen. And it might even be a Mania main event. Not this year, not next year. Maybe like 43, 44. I could see it. Sami Zayn and Jay were now arguing too outside. That spot was really good. The fact that they were arguing in the middle of the match. And there was a promo with the Usos later on, which we'll get into. That was pretty interesting. I liked it because you get to see somebody take somebody's side. There's the screenshot right there of the Usos arguing with Sami Zayn. Basically Sami Zayn just bitching at them for like fucking up a spot in the match, something like that. There's a picture now, Logan Paul holding up Ricochet's hand after he picks up the win. Logan Paul was watching. And then, of course, we have Paul Heyman watching, the Bloodline are watching. They're about to get back in the ring and attack Logan Paul. But all of a sudden, Madcap Moss comes out. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck, we're going to get like a 3-on-3 later tonight. You know, that doesn't happen, though, thank God. Did you catch this next segment with Doomsday Cross?
I missed it. There was a cross segment?
Yes, there was. Doomsday Cross was up next, they tell us, as we go to break. He comes out, says, the hands of time, the judgment, the chosen one, was perfectly executed by the newly appointed executioner. He made pitiful noises with me when my arms were wrapped around him, when they were wrapped around his neck. You fought back, Drew, but then you did what everyone does. You let go. That's the difference between me and you. I don't let anything go. I change timelines. I rewrite history. You will stay on an endless loop of suffering that I control, and I'll make sure you never get out. Tick tock. And that's your cry. And that the carrion is gone now. His name now is, they have it in big red bold text, Doomsday Cross. My God, that's got a nice ring to it.
I love it.
It's powerful. I mean, they might just start calling this guy Doomsday.
Yeah. Mine.
That's Doomsday's from Superman. Doomsday killed Superman. That's what they're trying to say. Is Doomsday Cross going to be the one that ends Roman Reigns' run? Because he's Superman. He does the Superman punch. Doomsday destroys Superman. Are we seeing some Batman DC shit going on right now? I don't know. Ah, man. Okay. Up next, you're going to get a nonsense segment between Max and Maxine Dupree. Did you catch this?
I did.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
It was good. They're good. They're in the ring for more male model nonsense, or specifically a back-to-school collection. Massey and Mansoor walk the ramp in their very short pants. And of course, who has to fucking ruin it? Who has to ruin it? None other than the monster of monsters, Braun Shitty Strowman, decides to come out. Comes out, does a powerbomb. Chad Gable appears on the stage. Otis blindsides Strowman. Braun shrugs him off. Chad attacks. He gets up. But, you know, Dozer just clobs him, takes him off balance. We get a slamming Strowman. The Alphas leave, but Braun just pops up just like The Undertaker. Tears his shirt off to yell at him. Gable holds Otis back as we go to break. What did you think of all this nonsense?
I just like Braun like crushing people when the segment started. I thought the Maximum Models, when I heard his music hit, I was like, oh shit! I liked all that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love Max Dupree, and the Maximum Male Models are doing the best they can with what they have. But yeah, I feel like this. You have Braun coming out looking like an animal, destroying 4 tag teams in 1 week, and now this week he's just getting handled by Otis.
Yeah,
I mean, so what are you doing with him? I don't know. Maybe they want to just keep him down here for now. They don't want him to.
I think so.
Shoot out yet. I heard a lot of rumors today that Bray Wyatt is close to signing.
Oh man.
Very close. Nothing done, but it's on the horizon supposedly.
Please, yes.
Do you think they're gonna put Braun and Bray back together?
I don't know.
Did you like their old run when they had their faction?
Yeah, I loved the Wyatt family.
Okay, yeah, Wyatt family was great.
Dude, I loved Wyatt family. I loved him. He's got some of the best spots I've seen. Some of the best fucking promos I've seen ever. His.
Talking about Bray.
There's a 3-second WrestleMania clip that I watch a million times over and over again, and it was when he was fighting the Undertaker. And he went into the corner and he did his drop down where he goes backwards, where he's laying like backwards. And then the Undertaker did his straight sit up from being, unconscious, and Bray just like slowly fell over. I was like, dude, this is so fucking good. Like, we need more of him in the ring.
I would have been okay with him beating Undertaker.
Yes. Yeah.
Because Undertaker was still undefeated when he fought Bray, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So Bray had a chance of breaking the streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have made sense if he would have beat it, like long-term storytelling. Like Brock didn't need that win.
He
doesn't.
No, I mean, there were so many guys that he fought before Brock that I was like, oh, I think this is it. I think this is it. We can line all those guys up that we actually thought like this is where the streak's gonna end. And it was another legend that he beat, and it got to the point where going into the into the Brock match, I was convinced that they were not ever going to make him lose at WrestleMania. That he was going to eventually retire undefeated at WrestleMania. So when Brock won, I was like, holy, everyone was, but it just blew my mind that,
they're never, it's going to be forever before we see anybody come close to any of the legends status type of shit. But it's going to be a long time before you see someone that you're going to say, all right, this guy's up there with Undertaker, this guy's up there with Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. None of these guys are going to have 8 championships, 7 championships. Oh my God. Whatever, this was okay. It was okay. I like that Otis, and it's got some shine.
Like anything else in life, wrestling's been what's the word? Maximized and min-maxed to the T. I mean, every gimmick you could think of has been used over and over again. Every moveset, right now it's about trying to be new and unique. And how the hell do you do that? Because I don't know.
It's not even always about being new and unique. You just have to have somebody that gets the right chemistry with somebody else, and that's what it comes down to. And you have guys that can work together and really come up with good storylines and long-term storytelling. That's the real problem we have nowadays. There's no real long-term storytelling to set things up for meaningful shit, or somebody gets hurt sometimes. Whenever they try something sometimes, with Cody Rhodes, look what happened. They were trying to do long-term storytelling with him and Seth, and then he goes and rips his fucking pec off.
Yep.
You can't plan for shit. It's hard. They go so hard. They fight so many times a year. It's people are always getting injured. I mean, look, we lost Big E. And for what? To make Rich Holland look good? So, I mean, it's hard. I mean, that's the real problem right now. I feel like anytime they try to tell a good storytelling, somebody just gets hurt, and then they have to change everything on the fly, And that, when you change everything on the fly, it's not going to be what your creative idea best, because, you didn't take your time, you didn't think about it. You're just trying to fill time and gaps right now for the next 5, 6, whatever it is, weeks, until you sit down and figure it out again.
Yeah.
Things are going to change now, though, because there isn't going to be a guy going in the office just ripping scripts up and saying, no, we're doing this tonight.
Yeah.
In that sense, I'm sure Triple H might get to that point, though. Nah, fuck this script. We're doing
all
this
those
tonight.
all those TV writers that have been all over WWE for the last 10-ish, 15 years, they just need to go. Goodbye,
Do you know what I would do if I was Triple
terrible
H?
sitcom. Leave wrestling alone, please.
Yo, let Billy Gunn come back and beat the shit out of everybody and show everybody what a real wrestler looks like at 55 years old. And let him let him come back, beat the shit out of Randy Orton. He's like, I'm sick of being Mr. Ass. I'm just Billy Gunn, and I'm here to beat the shit out of you. And he just puts the mic down, he beats the shit out of you, and then he leaves. Make that guy the champ. That's a storyline right there. And then the Ass Boys come in. He sets them up for greatness, and then he goes off in the sunset. At least he wins his one world title. That's how I would send off the Ass Boys. You let Billy Gunn come in, have a nice 2-3 month run, but then, you know, somebody comes and brings him back to reality, takes the title off him. But, you know, before they take the title off him, he brings the Ass Boys in and sends them off into the sunset. Because I see that happening in 2024. I see Billy Gunn and Ass Boys being in WWE. 100%. I'm calling that from now.
Wow.
Because there's no way. His best friend is like now running the company. It's not what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into the match. Did you catch Bayley versus Raquel Rodriguez?
I did.
Did you see the promo, the match flow damage control? Here comes more damage control. They were talking a little shit. She gets on the mic, says she's back on SmackDown, and introduces, of course, Dakota Kai and Io Sky as your new tag team champions. They say that means that they go where they want, and SmackDown is their show. Bayley says they have the power to play through anyone that steps in their way. What'd you think of the promo? Was it even necessary?
No. In case you don't know who these people are, wait, what? You better fucking know who they are. I think she was obviously, as a part of like her annoying facade that she puts on. She's good at keeping fucking heat. You know, unless they're pumping in like fake heat, she's really good like getting heat with the crowd like at any moment.
I mean, I'm not going to read the notes from the match, but I was actually pretty impressed with Bayley tonight. I thought she played the match well. I liked her kick placements. You know, she looks like she's finally getting back in wrestling form. You know, it's Bayley, bro. So I love to see Bayley in action, and she looked good. Bayley wins pinfall by with the Rose Plant. You know, she got a big win. Raquel is a monster, and Bayley put her ass down. That I liked. I'm gonna give it a 3-star actually.
Yeah, I know what, bro. I agree.
I like that Bayley made the impact statement. Obviously, she had a little help. Damage
like
control,
probably
running interference. But, you know, that's the gimmick.
Most entertainment I got out of the night for WWE was probably this match.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. There's damage control right there. You see him. Here's Bayley picking up the win. They're all beating the shit out of her now. And then who's going to come out after to help Raquel? Because they were jumping her and they were beating the shit out of her after they picked up the win. Shotzi comes out with the save. So I guess they're trying to make her a good guy now because, you know, she's been a complete bitch on TV for a few months now, locking people in locker rooms and, you know, she hasn't been very nice. This is probably the only nice thing we've seen her do on live TV. Anyway. Next, we're going to get an interview with Ronda Rousey. She says there won't be any controversy this time. And then, of course, who has to roll up? Liv Morgan has to roll up and ruin this interview. Rolls up. She interrupts to talk to Ronda directly. She asks the interviewee to leave, Kayla Braxton. She's like, can you please excuse us? I need to talk to Ronda privately. Liv says she's never met anyone who says words that mean nothing more than Rousey. And they bicker over the meaning of all due respect, and Liv says she's beat her twice and deserves respect. But instead, Ronda says the same things she's heard her entire career. And she challenges to an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. Liv Morgan challenges Rousey. Rousey tells her it's her funeral, takes her mic off, and walks away. Did you like the promo at all? I gotta ask the question.
No.
Okay. Are you excited about this match from 1 to 10? What would you say?
No. 0.
0. Do you want Ronda Rousey to at least just take this title and end Liv Morgan's bullshit?
Yes, please.
Okay, you're good with that at least.
I've never in my life wished injury on a wrestler, and I still won't.
Damn. That's savage. Wrestling, savage Gilch.
I just said I never wished, and I still don't. But I'll just bring that up for, random's sake.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, you're not supposed to say your wishes out loud anyway, otherwise they won't come true. You gotta say them quietly under the stars.
No, I'm kidding. Listen, I don't hate Liv. I happen to like her character. Seems like a wonderful girl, out of wrestling. That's why, I'm just upset that we've been so underwhelmed by her. I wish she could have done more. So.
Yes, I am selling you an Xbox tomorrow, Tiffany, and you have found wrestling with Savage, yeah? I will be selling you that Xbox. It's right here on the floor, actually. If you still need me to send a video of you working, I'll do that tomorrow. But I got to get back to wrestling with Savage for a moment, because we're going to get a promo from Drew McIntyre. It says, congratulations, Cross, since you don't have the balls to fight me like a man, grow a step up. Drew McIntyre, TikTok. You're obsessed with time. But time is running out for you. Only time you need to worry about is 3, 2, 1, lights out, blah, blah, blah. I thought Karrion came across, Doomsday came across way better than Drew McIntyre tonight. Because this is more of the same shit from Drew. 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. I don't even think he needed to show up tonight, in my opinion. Did you get anything out of this promo? That's funny. Okay. We're going to get on to the next promo, which is quick. Bloodline. Solo says, "You was off your game tonight, Jay." And then he asks, "Sammy, are you coming to the ring?" So this was interesting when I mentioned earlier tonight. I wanted to get into this for a little bit. So Solo comes in right away. He's family. He's straight up. This is their brother. This isn't like a cousin or... They're all fucking brothers. So he basically just shitted on his brothers on TV and decided to go out with Sammy instead of his brothers. Do you think this is going to cause any kind of... is Sammy going to split? Is he going to be the reason why the Bloodline loses all their titles? That's my main question to you.
As awesome and as funny as that would be, I don't think you could do that. Like, I don't know.
That's crazy. I don't know. I thought they would do something else with that, but Sami Zayn's probably going to cause them all to fucking lose. Now we're going to get a North American Championship match. It's going to be Solo Sikoa versus Madcap Moss for the NXT North American Championship title. Collar and elbow, stalemate, back to lock up. Moss with a waist lock, Sikoa back elbows. Madcap shifts to the knees but runs into a wicked back elbow on the breakout. Off the ropes, he hits a shoulder block. We get a clothesline that sends Solo to the floor. Moss follows after Sammy looking for a chance, but Madcap backs him off. Sikoa cuts him off, starts working him over with the trapezius claw. Moss in the corner. O'Day to Rikishi connects, cover for 2. Basically, it was a good fucking match. Sammy's running around the ring, causing a ruckus as usual. I thought this was the match of the night. I thought they both put on a spectacular performance. Madcap is a young stud. Solo is a young stud. You get him in the ring, we're going to get some magical moments. I kind of wish that Sammy didn't come to ringside. I would have rather seen Solo just go over nice and strong over a very good and improved Madcap Moss. But that's not what we got because, of course, they don't want to shit on their new rising star Madcap Moss completely. So they let Sammy run around the ring like a clown and basically cause interference. Solo Sikoa picks up the win with the super rock bottom. Didn't even have to do the splash to beat this guy. Just the super rock bottom. Let's keep that in mind. I gave this a 3.5 star. I enjoyed it. What did you think?
I'd give it 3. I was glad to see Solo because I'm still trying to, see who he is as a wrestler, not as being a guy who doesn't watch a lot of NXT. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I give it 3.
Okay, that's cool. It was good. Solo wins, like I said, by pinfall. He retains the North American Championship. This was also the first time Moss over here even got a title shot. So he loses his first opportunity. There's a picture of Sami Zayn celebrating with Solo Sikoa. Sami Zayn is always entertaining, in my opinion, for the most part. This next match, did we need this match? Fatal 4-way tag team match for the contender spot.
Talk about random.
I was actually very happy with the results, which I'm not even going to bore you with the details of the match. All you need to know is that when Pete Dunne is in the match, when Imperium is in the match, there's going to be good professional wrestling. Just know that. And then, of course, I was actually impressed with these big guy from the team over here.
Saw that
Hit
spot
Row,
with
where
3
this
guys.
guy caught like the 3 guys and, top dollar over there. That was nice. Like, that was a crazy display of power that he was just marching around the ring with 3 guys on his back, and the shit was absolutely wild. I mean, I actually was very happy. I wanted Imperium to win this, but that's okay. I'm okay with Imperium not winning it because they're going to end up getting it off the Brutes because that's where this is headed, I think. I think a program between Imperium and the Brawling Brutes is what's best for business. We know the Bloodline have to lose the titles eventually, so let's lose them to the Brawling Brutes. And don't be surprised if Sheamus gets a title shot next year, too. Don't be surprised if Gunther and Sheamus becomes a WrestleMania main event one day.
That wouldn't shock me.
It really wouldn't. But I'm pretty sure the Brawling Brutes are going to pick up the win on this one. When's it going to happen, though? Number one contender. So is it going to be Crown Jewel, or do you think Extreme Rules?
I don't know.
We're going to have to wait and see to find out. It's probably going to be Extreme Rules. I wouldn't be surprised.
Who's going to take this fucking title, bro?
Which, from Roman?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, probably.
Oh, my God. He's going to hold the title until WrestleMania?
Yeah, well, he's definitely holding the title to WrestleMania. The only way that's not happening is if they fucking sign the match between him and The Rock. If they sign the match with him and The Rock, they're going to take the title off him at the Rumble, probably.
What month is the Rumble again?
January.
January, right?
Yeah, we're right here. I mean, because The Rock's schedule is insanity, so he's probably still, like, no confirmation yet, because there would have been, if that happened, too many people would already know about it. So right now, I think the plan is Roman's going to hold the title till Mania, and someone's going to take the title off of Roman. To give you a little heads up, WWE 2K22 is not bad. It plays a little bit like No Mercy back in the day. I like the fact that the pin system, it's simple now. The kick-out system is just smashing your buttons. It's not any of these crazy, mini games that they used to put in the old fucking games. The created system is awesome. You can go immediately, as soon as you buy the game, you can go to the community and start downloading every single wrestler. Yeah, Tiffany, by the way, I'm the greatest No Mercy player in the history of the universe, and I will play anyone for $1,000 a match. Per match.
Tiffany's curious of Max Caster's opinion on what the best podcast is in the history of podcasts.
Oh. She wants to know? Let's show her.
Yeah, hold on, Tiff.
In the history of podcasts.
And you are watching Wrestling with Savage! But of course,
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, proud to you, live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam.
I don't even know if it showed up. I just saw Ricardo. I didn't see Max. Let's try it again real quick. Did you see Max Caster at the
and
beginning?
you
There
are
he is.
watching Wrestling.
Why isn't it playing? Oh
So we had that. We also had a little Max Caster piece that he's working on.
I got you. Luckily, I'm good at this stuff.
And you are watching Wrestling.
Just have to make a little click here. I'll give you a little Max.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I just
There's
want
the
to
full
say
video,
you
too, by the way.
are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking yeah.
There you go. That was the full video with Max Caster. We're going to see him again on Saturday. We're getting another video. I'm going to ask him some real hard-hitting questions. But now we got to get into AEW. Hopefully you enjoy AEW as well. Like I said, the Brawling Brutes picked up the win, and that was the end of the show, folks. A little something happened at the end. I don't think it was... Did anything else happen? Brawling Brutes win. That was it, right? Yeah, I think that was the end of fucking... That's it. That's the end of the Smackdown. So, Smackdown's fucking done. Let's move on to AEW Rampage, where we're going to open up the night with some more professional wrestling. Matt Hardy versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin goes on to defeat Matt Hardy. Darby drove Matt Hardy's head and spine into the steel steps early in the match. Darby tried to follow up with a Swanton bomb, but Hardy moved out of the way, resulting in a Darby crash and burn on the edge of the ring apron. Matt rammed Darby spine first into the steel post. Darby came back with a coffin splash in the corner, but he hurts his own back each time. Darby countered the twist of fate into a backslide for a near fall. Hardy almost put Darby away with a powerbomb variation. Hardy missed a follow-up moonsault. Darby wins the match with the Last Supper for the 3 count after hitting the code red that looked rough. Darby leaves after the match. The lights go out. Brody, King, Julia Hart are on their way to the ring. The lights return. Brody takes out Matt and challenges Darby and Sting to a no DQ match at Grand Slam against House of Black. Brody and Julia disappear with the lights going out, and you see Darby and Sting standing over almost dead Matt Hardy. Poor Matt. Why is he still wrestling?
This was painful to watch.
This is
Painful.
fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. Oh, we're going to have to put her onto the Creative Pro. She don't know yet, but you'll find out. This was terrible. I don't need to see this next week at Arthur Ashe Stadium. I'm really upset how we are going to fucking see this match along with, like, how many other matches do we have to watch on Wednesday, man? Like 15, 16 matches? It's going to be a long day, bro. It's going to be a long day, bro. My God. And I only want to see like 4 or 5 of these matches, to be honest.
I guess the event...
What are you most hyped about for Arthur Ashe real quick before we get into Rampage? Because Rampage is quick. We're banging out Rampage in less than 17 minutes.
I'm watching before when they're going to have a match for the number 1 contender, and I saw Hangman's in the match. And I said, I hope... I hope we're all right that MJF's walking out of there with the title. Because imagine the night just ends where either Brian or Mox just wins it.
Fuck, and we're talking about MJF. I'm putting his face on the screen right now.
And it just ends. Like, it just ends. They walk out the champion. Like,
and he doesn't come out and cash out. He does like an Austin Theory kind of thing.
That would be insanely disappointing.
Or what if they do a Theory thing and so he comes down to cash and then just somebody knocks him out?
They could do that possibly, but I really do think they set this up for New York, for his town.
I think this has to happen at Arthur Ashe, man. It's a
Yes.
big moment, and
Yes.
we need change.
There's no bigger moment I see for this to happen than Wednesday.
No, absolutely not. This is their marquee event of the year right now. They treat it as such. I mean, look at the card we got last year, and at the end of the day, there's a lot of matches on this, but there's some good matches on this card. What are you most excited to see that night, besides MJF come out and win, like just match-wise?
Tag team champs, baby.
That's
Everybody
Acclaim.
loves the Acclaim.
I think that is kicking off the night. In my opinion, I think at 8 o'clock you're going to hear, yo, listen, and you're just going to hear the loudest eruption that you've heard in an arena in a long time, my friend. Like, it's going to be a hell of a fucking moment. You will have goosebumps, and so will everybody that is there, because everybody loves the Acclaimed. Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Scissor me, Daddy Savage.
Scissor me, Daddy. Max Caster, I'm going to clip this. I'm going to send this to you. Make sure you watch Wrestling with Savage, because on Wrestling with Savage, we are Acclaimed fans. We are Max Caster fans. We are Anthony Bowens fans. We are Daddy Ass fans. We love all the work. The match you guys put on at the pay-per-view was the best match of the night. You guys stole the show. And if you look at the roster, there's some really good wrestlers on there. And you had the ability to go out there and steal the show from every one of them. So you guys deserve a round of applause for that. And I can't wait till you do it again at Grand Slam. All right. You have anything else to say about MJF while his face is on the screen? Want to get a scarf? Dude, do you want me to, if I spot his mom, do you want me to, I'll call you immediately so you come over to me? Do you want to meet his mom?
Yeah.
Because I've met his mom and his dad twice now.
Yeah. My cousin, too, he was at one of the events I was at. And
she almost ran over Jay.
He was up there.
She almost ran over Jay one night. It was wild. It was a wild night. Anyway, Darby leaves the ring. After that, we're going to get a promo. Matt Hardy loses. Darby wins. Here's the picture of Brody King coming out doing his thing with Anna Jay. We're going to get a promo from Eddie Kingston. Basically talking a lot of shit about Sammy, saying that you are a terrible person, you're a piece of crap, and that's why I'm going to beat the piss out of you in Queens. Now this I was actually hyped about because I'm a big Sammy fan. So I'm happy whenever I get to see Sammy wrestle. And we are going to get to see Sammy wrestle. And I'm pretty sure that Eddie Kingston is going to beat the piss out of him. Because didn't Sammy call him fat or something? Yeah. Who called Eddie Kingston fat?
I thought that was Jericho.
Was Jericho?
Right? Thought so.
Maybe, but Eddie Kingston, you got to stop letting that bother you, man. All right? Your fat is the only reason why you're still alive. With all the fucking bumps and chops your dumbass takes all the time. That shit is protecting your ass. There's a picture of Sammy and Tate. All right? Hottest couple in the world of wrestling today, in my opinion. But, some people might say Carrie and Scarlett. Or some people might say Kip Sabian and Penelope. Which, by the way, we're going to see Miss Ford in action in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're going to get a promo from Claudio first. Ring of Honor World Champion Claudio Castagnoli is in the ring for an interview with Tony Schiavone. he is happy that the Blackpool Combat Club is guaranteed to have 2 world champions after Grand Slam. For about 12 seconds till MJF comes out, asshole. Chris Jericho interrupts from the commentary table. He's a 7-time world champion, but he wants number 8. Jericho says he is going for the Ocho. 7 is not enough. Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy. I'm challenging you for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship this Wednesday in NYC at Arthur Ashe. Claudio says he's been waiting for this, and he is going to beat the hell out of Jericho. And oh, by the way, Jericho tapped out. The audience, the crowd, let him know that he tapped out last week to Bryan Danielson. Did you like this? I thought this was an excellent segment, actually, because I'm a Chris Jericho mark. So I'm going to give him a 5-star. I'm a Jericho little mark bitch now. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm the leader of the Jericho Mark fan club, bro.
Yo, Chris Jericho is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the history of professional wrestling. As he has said publicly. Go.
He's been on my Mount Rushmore before many other people put them on his Mount Rushmore. And for me, every day that goes by, he slowly scoots up the Mount Rushmore, nudging people over.
Listen, there's the Mount Rushmore, and then there's a wizard above it. He's just floating above the Mount Rushmore. That's what he's doing. But I loved it. I give it a 5-star. Chris Jericho's a fucking beast. I would love if he beats Claudio, too. Imagine he just beats Claudio, bro. I could totally see that. Because he just did the job for Bryan, right? So, now Claudio's going to do the job for him because, dude, I made your Blackpool Combat Club look fantastic, you know? You guys are main eventing Grand Slam. I've never won the Ring of Honor World Championship, and it's time for the Ocho. I love that shit, bro. It made me think of Dodgeball as soon as he said, I want the Ocho. Dodgeball, another phenomenal movie. Oh my God. Quick random question, which I'd like to do more on the show once in a while. What is, in your opinion, the most underrated comedy of all time? Tough question, right? It's
Yeah.
tough. We can come back. You want to come back to it? I'll ask you at the end of the show.
I'm not a comedy guy. That's the problem.
Oh, shit. Oh, for me, it's Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder and maybe What About Bob. You ever seen What About Bob?
Yeah. Borat, you can't consider...
Borat's up there. It's a comedy. Right? It's a comedy.
You can't really consider it underrated. I mean, he got accolades.
Underrated my ass. That thing was sold out for 3 weeks, man, in New York City, man.
Right.
People were loving that fucking shit.
I loved all his other work. I loved...
the Ali G show.
Bruno, yeah, all the other shit. What about Bruno, the last one?
Oh, yeah. Bruno was phenomenal.
That thing was so over the... everything he did, how can he go more over the top? And then he came out with Bruno. It was okay, he's
Bruno
done it.
was beyond over the top. When he did that one with the parents, and he's telling them he's going to dress them like Jesus on a cross, and they have to lose 30 pounds. The shit he was saying, and they were
Can your child lose 30 pounds in a week?
Yeah, the kid weighs 10 pounds. But
I'll get it done. I will do my absolute hardest to get it done. The kid's like this little stick, and they want to get to the pageant.
When he adopted the baby, bro, and he's like, I traded it for an iPad or something at the airport. This was all real shit.
A woman said to him, I think you're using him like an accessory. And his response to him, well...
Bro, the guy went to jail for kidnapping Pamela Anderson, man, in real life.
He does help me get a lot of dick.
Can you believe that, bro? He really put Pamela Anderson in a potato sack and carried her out of the store. What are we talking about? You know how insane you have to be to do that? I think he went to jail for 2-3 months for that.
I believe it.
But look at the movie now. And then look what he did to Rudy Giuliani in Borat 2.
Yeah, I also love the General Aladdin stuff that he did, that character.
Dude, all his characters were fantastic. Did you see a Showtime show that he made?
Which one?
He had a new show on Showtime with new characters and everything. You didn't see it? Oh my God, you'll die laughing. He does the one where he gets a guy to come in from the White House or whatever, or a senator or something, and he wants to teach him the new song they're teaching to kids about anti-terrorism. You know, he's doing head, knee, shoulder, toes, and then he's pointing the gun at the guy's head. Yo, you have to watch it. It's a show. Just look up his. I'll find a few later too. But if you look up his career, it's probably the latest thing he did for Showtime. It's on Showtime. Highly recommend it. There's only a few episodes. He's got 4 new characters. One is an old kind of reporter guy. One is like a security, Marine security trainer, some fucking psycho. Another one's like a fat fucking, Trump. He's like a Trumper, like a fat Trumper. Bro, it's great. Like, he does a really good job. I can't believe you haven't seen that shit. Now I gave you something new to watch. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Let's get into the next match. Of course, Jericho is a GOAT. There's Chris Jericho with Claudio right there. Apparently, we're going to get that match next week on Dynamite at Grand Slam. Very hyped for that. Jade Cargill, we're going to cut a quick promo. Diamante interrupts the backstage interview with Jade Cargill. She wants a shot at Jade's TBS title at Grand Slam, and she's not coming alone. She's bringing the OG baddest bitch from the 305. Gil, do you have any idea who the fuck they're talking about in this? No, right?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
So Jade's winning this match, right? 38-0?
Yeah. Maybe they're talking about Pitbull?
Maybe. Now we're going to get the match between Penelope Ford versus Willow Nightingale. I actually enjoyed this match. I actually watched it. I didn't fast forward it. I think Willow is actually not bad. She's getting better. She definitely knows where to look at the camera.
With the crowd.
She works with the crowd. She's always smiling. She knows where that hard camera is. She hits her moves, and then she does covers while she looks like she's getting real comfortable out there. That's what I'll say. Yeah. But, of course, Ford forced her to tap out with the Indian Deathlock, and Ford goes on to get the win. Kip Sabian was at ringside holding his box up, which, by the way, he doesn't need that box. He's a good-looking guy, not ugly. He's got some issues. He's working through.
Nice looking couple.
Yeah, absolutely. They're up there on par. They're probably right behind Sammy and Tay right now. Right behind Sammy and Tay. That could be a world title match one day. Sammy versus Skip Sabian. That would be a fucking match. We're going to get another interview, but now it's going to be with the Dark Order. And Jose the Assistant and Roosh are there. Same old nonsense between these two. They're just talking some bullshit. Roosh comes in. Jose comes in about how Hangman Adam Page is a loser and he's never there when you need him. The Cowboy always, dropping the ball when you need him the most. They show interest in signing 10 again. I don't know where they're really going with all this. Did you enjoy this at all?
No.
Did you enjoy the next match? Danhausen versus Ethan Page. Page put him down with a big boot, punches on the mat. He then beat him with the Ego's Edge for the 3 count. And he even cursed Danhausen. Even cursed him. Would you give this a 0?
Yeah, because I couldn't even see any good offense or moves out of a guy who I fucking love, who's on the come up and is also a super fucking cool dude to meet. Every time you meet him, he tells you a new wrestling story. He's like, "Want to hear a wrestling story?" And then I listened, and he says a different story to everyone. Dude, the coolest guy to meet. I think he's a star. I wanted to see him fight somebody. Like, what was the purpose of this 5, 6, 7 minutes between the entrances and then the match? Why don't you just have him fight someone? Have him fight, I don't know,
anybody, right?
Garcia, anybody, I don't know, anybody. This fucking joke. This is a joke.
My God. I don't know if you can even rectify the situation at this point.
No. Speechless.
I don't know what they're doing with him, but it looks like he's headed for some kind of success, though, in this faction. I think Stokely, if anybody's going to get this guy some wins that are believable, it'll probably be Stokely.
Yeah. Where's this leave Scorpio, you think?
He's injured, right?
Yeah.
Do we have a timeline on when his return is?
I do not know.
I think that's what it comes down to more. Like, what kind of injury are we talking about? Is this, like, career-threatening? Is he even coming back? Because, honestly, I haven't heard anything. And that's the problem with a lot of these mid-card guys that nobody cares about. And by nobody, I mean the mass public, the general public thing. They're not looking up when Scorpio Sky's coming back right now. Nobody gives a shit about Scorpio Sky because, as far as they're concerned, what they saw on TV, he's a fucking loser. Got his ass kicked by Wardlow. And then Wardlow has a real match with Orange Cassidy the next week after. Explain that to me. How do you want to make Orange Cassidy look stronger than Scorpio Sky, a guy you put the title on? It's just the craziest booking. To me, that was like the craziest 2-3 weeks of booking I had ever seen from Tony Khan.
It's
what
absolutely nonsensical.
It's just like...
Not only is it bad booking, but you don't have anybody who's got enough power, or not even enough power, but at least enough of Tony's ear that he trusts to say, like, hey, this isn't really that good of an idea. You know, either that he doesn't have people there to tell him these things, which, I mean, you got guys like Pat Buck there and guys like that know the business. So does he just not listen to these people?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, right? There's none of those people like real senior, not EVPs in the ring, but the real senior EVPs. You don't think there's like a guy that really has Tony's ear, right?
Right now, at this point, after what's been happening this year, I think he's probably like starting to get a disdain for wrestlers. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he still has his mark moments, like with Sting, and I'm sure he's still a little bitch when it comes to Matt Hardy. You know, I think he has his favorite guys, like anybody else, like any other fucking owner. They're gonna have their favorite guys, and then they're gonna have their guys that are not so favored anymore. I think Kenny Omega is on the list now. I'll tell you that. I don't think he's on a good list either. But who knows? They're still letting him do work with the video game. But that could be because of prior commitments, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't know nothing yet.
Just the fact that they removed them all from all the fucking brands.
I don't think we're going to know the ramifications of it for their career or the Bucks' career until probably like second quarter 2023. When a lot of the smoke is cleared. And then all the lawsuits come out, and then either one of two things are going to happen. Either Tony Khan is just going to pay a lot of money for being a fucking idiot, or he's going to go to court and fight these guys. It's one of the two, because you're either settling or you're going to fight.
How big you think it would have to get for him to just be like, fuck it? Like, I mean, like viewership, ticket sales. Like, I don't think with the money that he has, I think he's willing to run this fucking thing at a loss to see if he has to.
Oh, yeah, I already told that to one of my friends. I'm like, these guys like have another level of money where they don't care.
He would run this thing if there was one fan in the stands. Like, if they sold one ticket in a fucking arena, he'd still run it, right? I mean, he'd still do it.
Yeah. But the problem is that's not going to happen until he loses all his attractions. You know? Right. You're giving money. Most of these people that are paying, they're not paying for Tony Khan to make money. They're paying so they can go see the guy he has on the show, whether it be Jericho, Moxley, Kenny Omega, Jericho, Punk, whatever the fuck, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy. I can keep going on and on. That's why people go to these shows, and as long as he's getting these guys, why do you think you got a refund for your Control Your Narrative?
Right.
Because they no longer have the guys that you paid to see. And if you could have the option of buying that ticket again right now without those guys on the card, you're probably not buying that ticket. You bought that ticket so you could see Braun Strowman and Karrion Kross.
EC3.
Yeah, but would you pay just to see EC3?
No.
Do you think EC3 is a cokehead?
I don't know.
That's what Velveteen Dream says.
I saw that little exchange.
See, I like how we could talk about Velveteen Dream tonight without somebody just immediately calling him a fucking raper or rapist, whatever they claim. Like, to me, it's crazy that this guy got buried the way he did, bro, because I've never seen one shred of evidence. There hasn't been any arrests. There's no case. There's no trial. Usually when there's a crime, there's ramifications. So the only ramification this guy got was he said, she said, and WWE chose the she said and said, okay, we got to fire this guy. This is bad. But they're going to bring him back, I think. Just like they bring back Hulk Hogan after his fiasco. You know, they all come back.
Nothing shocks you. Like,
I wouldn't be shocked if you see CM Punk in the fucking Hall of Fame in 10 years, would you? I wouldn't. He's probably going to need money in 10 years. I agree with everything Moxley said. You came here for a paycheck. That's the only reason you came back.
Enough time has to clear where he's done with AEW and he's stopped talking about WWE. And then eventually, like, when both of them don't really give a fuck anymore is when they'll reach out.
Probably. Or probably when Triple H maybe steps down if he does. But I don't see him stepping down anytime soon. He's got a new heart. He's got a new everything. New bank account, new pay. I wonder how much he's getting paid every year now. I bet you Triple H is getting paid more than CM Punk. I'll tell you that much.
That's for sure.
I'll tell you that much. Did you catch when Jericho mentioned again WWE and WWF and WCW and ECW? He was like, "I was this guy." Hey, he was talking mad shit, bro.
Yep.
All right. Real quick, we're almost done. Promo, Ricky Starks. No more talking, says Ricky. You have my full, undivided attention, Hobbs. You have to think about all the people you love in your life before you go up against me again. I'll see you personally in NYC. And we're told later we're going to get the match between Hobbs and Ricky Starks, which we'll get back to in a minute. After this, we're going to get into the main event of the night. And it is what it is. It's Samoa Joe versus Josh Woods. Samoa Joe goes on to defeat Josh Woods with a muscle buster to retain the Ring of Honor TV title. Tony Nese and Josh Woods would attack Joe after the match. Wardlow would come out for the save. He almost gets Mark Sterling up for the Powerbomb Symphony, but Joe and Wardlow stand united as the show goes off the air. And here's some screenshots of all the action. There's Joe and Josh over there having the interview with Mark Henry. Here's Joe getting the win. And then there's the face down between Samoa Joe and Wardlow. That's a good visual, but I told you in the message. In my opinion, I have the picture up now. I looked at it again. Doesn't Wardlow have a small head, man, when he's standing next to Joe? Am I wrong?
I think Joe's head is just so fucking big.
Yeah, he is. Hey, but Joe looks
Look
like
at that bug, bro. Look at that bug. His head almost goes from like one shoulder to the other.
I feel like Joe would eat this guy in real life. Just absolutely, just eat him the fuck up. Kidding me right now? And there's a nice picture of, Tony Nese making the save of the night. Now, Chris Jericho went on to say that the Sports Entertainer of the Week was Anna Jay. But in my opinion, the Sports Entertainer of the Week was Tony Nese with the save on Smart Mark Sterling. Great spot and Smart Mark and Tony Nese combo. Sports Entertainers of the Week. I really enjoyed that spot at the end where he was holding onto the leg, all that. That was good stuff. Good stuff. That's the end of the night. We're going to see Wardlow versus Samoa Joe one day, but Rampage next week, they tell us a bunch of matches are coming up. Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara. Do you have a pick for that one? Gilch? Who do you think's coming on top of that? I think Sammy has to win that, right?
Sammy, yeah.
Just took Dell.
Unless they're going to start something with the two of them.
Eddie Kingston's a good beat up, ragdoll kind of guy. Just beat him up. It's all good. He's like their Brooklyn Brawler. That's how I look at Eddie Kingston now. He is the new Brooklyn Brawler. 100%. He is that guy now. I get a little bit of a pop, and people love to see him get his ass kicked. Love it. Jade Cargill versus Diamante. Are you familiar with Diamante? I am not. I've seen her maybe once, and I barely paid attention.
I think AEW had her on once.
Yeah, I barely paid attention. She looked okay. I mean, nothing to really go crazy about. Jade Cargill's obviously going to win this match. We're going to have Sting and Darby Allin versus the House of Black. What's your prediction on this one?
Sting and Darby.
Yeah, I probably have to agree with you. They're probably going to pick up the win for the fans, all the fans. If Malachi was in the picture, I might say differently, but Malachi is done with AEW. If you haven't heard, now the House of Black is run by Brody King, it looks like. Which is kind of sad. Where was Buddy Matthews tonight?
Yeah, I know.
That's another guy there, is a star. He's a Seth Rollins kind of star.
One of my favorite wrestlers.
Yo, Buddy Matthews is money in the ring. He's money on the mic. Great. They should have kept going with that storyline where he was banging Ray's daughter. It was good. We're also told Ray Phoenix versus Jungle Boy. I'm actually excited about this match because we saw Jungle Boy finally come back to life a little bit on Wednesday as far as wrestling is concerned, having a phenomenal match against Jay Lethal and then beating a phenomenal wrestler clean. So that, as in the world of wrestling, that means he's getting momentum. So now we're going to see him go one-on-one against Ray Phoenix, who has no momentum. He's been losing. He won his Trios Championship, but he just lost his tag team match. He could not beat Swerve and Keith Lee. So I call Jungle Boy to get the win in this again.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Battle Royal. A golden ticket Battle Royal. I don't know everybody that's in it, but the guys they have on here, it looks like it's going to be Jay Lethal, Penta, Hangman, I see somebody else on there, but I can't remember his name. Lance Archer.
Lance Archer?
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. So we're going to see him on Dynamite or Rampage. You got a winner for that one, or do you have any?
Lance Archer.
What does the golden ticket mean? Is that a guaranteed title shot?
Yes.
Why do they always rush into these guaranteed title shot shits?
Prearranged. They can't immediately cash. You got to cash beforehand.
So you can set up a match for it. You can't cash it in.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Who do you think should be that guy? Who's the number one contender for you outside all the people that are competing that night? Like, not Mox, not Brian, not Sammy, not Chris, not, whatever, any of those. Not MJF, obviously.
So, a guy that I like more than most, and AEW seems to like, because they usually put him in a lot of the main events, is Lance Archer. Okay. And I think he's a good guy to work a program for the title.
I think Lance has had phenomenal work over the last couple of years. To me, it's very memorable. Hangman versus Lance Archer.
I was there for that Texas Death Match in Atlantic City.
What a fantastic match.
I was sitting second row, so he choke slammed them onto the steel steps right in front of us, and then when he threw him out into the crowd, I was sitting second.
Wasn't he busted open too?
Yeah, I was sitting second seat in the row, and they both landed in my row. So I was right there, and it was dope. That was dope.
You probably would have got blood on you, maybe.
The funny thing was, it was still kind of like COVID-ish, and I had a cousin with me who was like,
squeamish.
He was very nervous with COVID, so he was wearing a mask. And when this was happening, I was like, bro, your wife's going to kill you. There's blood right here and everything.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's why it was kind of shocking, that match, because I didn't expect it to turn into what it turned into. And what it turned into was, in my opinion, one of AEW's most hardcore matches, if not their most hardcore match. Do you think that was their most hardcore match? Or was it the Kenny and fucking Ambrose shit show?
That was so stupid. I can't even call that a hardcore match.
I guess maybe the Nick Gage match.
I was like watching a bad movie is what it was.
Who did Nick Gage fight on AEW? They had him on Dynamite once.
Yeah.
I think he won too, and then we never saw him again. Guy's another maniac.
I don't know what happened with that.
I don't remember. I really don't. I just don't. But we're also told Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks has been made official for Rampage. You got a winner on that one? I think Ricky's got to obviously pick up the win right now. Tie this thing up.
Yes.
Okay. And then, of course,
they want these guys who are about to go over to get, their first stadium pop,
I know, yeah. They need it, man. That's why they're jam-packing this. I think you're right. This is a good experience for a lot of guys that need the experience. Main event of Dynamite. Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. To just end the night real quick, because that's what we're going to be talking about all weekend. Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson. Who do you want to win this? I'm calling right now. Bryan Danielson is going to win this. I think you're going to be hearing this shit. Yes.
If Danielson wins, I don't think MJF's coming out and taking the title off him right there.
Interesting.
I don't think they would do that to Bryan Danielson. They consider him one of their prized.
Well, they wouldn't, but who's to say MJF would?
I know, but they consider him one of their But they consider him one of their prized
Of course.
WWE adverts that jumped over. He's probably the biggest, right? Obviously Jericho, he's a little out of his prime. Talk about a wrestler who can still be in his prime. He's probably the biggest guy to go, right?
I agree with you, but if you want to turn MJF into the really super heel, this makes sense for him to screw the number one babyface, because that's what Bryan Danielson will become if he goes on to beat Moxley. He'll be right away, instantly, the company's number one babyface. He's the face of the company. He's got the title. Bad guy comes out, takes it from him, and now you have another scenario where you can turn it into a situation what made Bryan Danielson famous the first time, where he had to go against all the odds, all the time, for months and months and months and months and months until the payoff, which of course was WrestleMania, where he beat Randy Orton and Batista, and he beat Triple H that night, all in one night, which is wild to even think about. Now that he has this so-called, what's it called, the Firm, do you really see the Firm letting Bryan Danielson walk out of the building with that title?
I hope not.
I feel like if Tony's smart right now, you make the change now, man. Bryan Danielson can have his run later on and take it off MJF after a long, hard battle to get it. Because he doesn't have to just beat MJF. He has to beat up the whole Firm. Do it all again. That's what made him pop the first time. If you want to get him to really get over. Because don't forget, MJF's going to have a lot of people that hate him all over the country if he does this. If he comes in and cashes, he's going to become instantly he already is the number one bad guy in the company. But this will be like the stamp. Like, here's the title, bitch. I know you hate seeing me hold this. I know you hate seeing me take it off your hero. That to me is better TV than anything else. Bryan Danielson wins and then just comes out Dynamite next week. I'm the champion. Oh, yeah, we're going to have another match. Let's have a match. That's not good storytelling. I'm the champion now because Punk's a loser. To me, it's a tainted championship right now anyway. Because we never saw it come off Punk's shoulders.
Yeah, we almost got that payoff, right? MJF taking that title off of him. We almost got that payoff.
They fucked up by giving it back to Punk, bro.
You think if they realized towards the end of the match that Punk was really hurt? Like, let's say before the match was over, like it was already signaled he's hurt. So now you know the guy's going to be out. You think anyone even has the brains in the back to say, hey, let's call an audible let MJF cash in right now and take the belt off him?
I don't even think the refs have earpieces in their heads.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed them wearing an earpiece?
I haven't.
I never. The WWE guys, most of them have an earpiece because they always call things on the fly sometimes. Depending on, because sometimes the matches don't have the outcome determined. They have a match set up, but they don't know the finish yet. They have finishes set up, but they don't know which one they're going to go with. Sometimes because they base it off crowd reaction. Oh, if this crowd's popping for her tonight, she's going to win. So when the show ends, they go buy her t-shirt. People aren't going to go buy a shirt of someone they don't have a connection to. That's what makes people buy these shirts. You get a connection. Me and Macho have a connection for life. This guy is dead and I'm still buying his merchandise. All right? I just purchased this shirt. It's not like he had a match a week ago that made me buy it. So look how long his connection lasted. That's the importance of the connections between the wrestlers and the fans, man. That's why it's important that you take every opportunity serious and try to get the most out of it. Some of these guys come out and they shit the fucking bed. And Tony Khan is at blame for a lot of these moments because he's the guy that can make everything happen. And he has this tunnel vision, I think. I feel like he has this image in his mind of what his AEW is all the time. And it's always changing. But when he locks in, he's dead set on, like, that's what it is. And right now, you're right. Maybe it's Bryan Danielson. He's the biggest star you have as far as, like, career achievements, right? Who's done more than Bryan Danielson? Has anybody else in that company had a bigger WrestleMania moment than him? I don't think so. Not even fucking close. Not even CM Punk. CM Punk didn't even have a WrestleMania moment like this guy. Daniel Bryan had the moment that Punk wanted to have. Punk never got that moment. Moxley never got that moment. All these guys that are acting like they're the biggest and the baddest, and the only other person in that building that can even compare to Bryan Danielson is Chris Jericho. He made an event with Triple H. Back in the day when Mania was something, when it really meant something. WrestleMania was legit, bro.
When you were drawing, how many mil was Raw drawing?
4, 5, 6, 7. And how many people watched back then, and it's not even anywhere near that today. I mean, I'm sure there's still 10 million people watching, but they're not watching legally. That's the real problem. I don't think they can know the real numbers of how many people. I bet you I wouldn't be surprised if there's 100 million people that watch professional wrestling, and 90 million of them are stealing the shit.
So I just read a funny meme. Childhood is when you laugh at CM Punk saying Jon Moxley was the third best guy in his group. Adulthood is when you realize CM Punk wasn't even the third best AEW World Champion.
Yeah, it's true. I already said it. He's the worst AEW champion of all time.
No,
he really is. No. It's not Hangman. Hangman, to me, had a better run. He had better matches. If anything, Hangman carried.
Never run. Yeah.
Punk's run was atrocious. Both times. I mean, I loved when Moxley beat him in 3 minutes. I was like, that's great. I mean, he's hurt, he's fucked. Go heel.
The time the time Punk was the most interesting is when MJF fucking carried him with that whole feud.
Yeah, no, they should have saved that too.
when he pulled up, he pretended that like they hugged each other, then he kicked.
Yeah,
him,
that was great.
And he cut him up, the blood coming down, and then he used his promo from Ring of Honor. Oh, it was great, dude.
Yeah, no, that was 5-star, man.
I'm the Snake, and it's like you stupid old man. It was Punk's exact promo from Ring of Honor.
Oh, it was great. They had good chemistry together. That was good. That was more entertaining than anything else. But how much more entertaining would it have been if the title was already involved in that situation, though?
Right.
Like, you should have already made MJF champ and let Punk take the title off him, and then Punk goes on his merry little way, has his run, probably still gets hurt. It shouldn't have been Hangman first. I agree with that. I think MJF should have had the title before Hangman. And it would have been a better booking, because guess what? Punk wouldn't have hurt his knee the way he did trying to do that stupid buckshot. That's all Punk's fault for doing that. Like, he's 47 years old. You got no business. Take a look at Jeff. Take a look at Matt. Do you want to be like them? Like, can't even walk in and out of the fucking arena? You don't even need to be doing elbow drops anymore, bro. You went to UFC. You trained professional fighting. Be a striker. Have a couple of spots. Your bulldogs. You're this. You're that. Your GTS. Your submissions. You gotta go do all this buckshot. For what? To get hurt? Your wife's probably making fun of you now. I wouldn't be surprised if his wife's gonna leave his ass because he's always fucked up. How long can you support a loser? She's a good wife, I guess. She loves him. She loves him.
Savage.
She loves him, though. She really does. He did one thing right. That, to me, is the only thing he's ever done right in his life. He didn't handle leaving WWE accordingly. At all. He should have worked something out with him and said, listen, I'm hurt. I have to go home. I'm going to go rest for like a year. You want to bring me back? Bring me back. Don't sit there and work hurt and then blame them. They didn't put a gun to your head and said show up and do all these nights. At the end of the day, they do not drag you into the ring. They offer you opportunities, and it's up to you to either take them or, you're an independent contractor. So be, responsible about what you're contracting, which is your body. If your body isn't ripe and ready, you're going to get hurt. That's what happens. When you wrestle injured, you stay injured. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. I know. I was a wrestler. I had my first real injury was my knee, my right knee. And I when I first started wrestling, I wasn't using knee pads. So then I started doing splashes off the top rope. Right? Unnecessary, too, because I'm a big guy. I don't even need to be up there. But I would get on the top rope, and I would do splashes. And, of course, I wanted to be like all these guys and do the fucking, the real frog splash, the jump, and this and that. Really put my body into it. I never hurt anybody, but everybody used to tell me, oh, dude, I love taking a splash from you. Because it looks like I killed you. But I'm taking all the crash on my knees. It's all me. I'm taking everything up. By the time I hit you, all that shock and momentum has gone to my knee. So I almost blew my knee out, my right knee. And I remember I had to kind of crack it a little. And the pain went away maybe after a week, bro. But after that day, I went and bought fucking knee pads. Okay? And I never had that problem again, thank God. But that was scary for me. Because I was like, fuck, I could have just ended my shit right there if something bad happens. So you got to protect yourself. You got to wrestle accordingly. Everybody has different styles. I'm sure you see some guys wear knee pads, some don't. Other people, you see them have the braces, the whole fucking nine. I mean, look at FTR right now. They're like walking Stone Cold replicas. Shit's wild. Oh, by the way, we're not seeing FTR, are we, at Grand Slam?
They're not on the card?
I don't think so. Maybe. Are they? I know they got a big deal going on with New Japan. I heard today they signed a match to defend their New Japan titles against Aussie Open, which should be a very good match.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I think that's going to be on a New Japan show. But I'm going to tune into that. I'm so huge fans of Aussie Open now. And you know who I want to see again? Where's Clark, bro? Remember Clark from that Fatal 4-Way match for the All-Atlantic? It was Malachi, Pac, I can't remember who the third guy was, but then there was Clark, that guy from the New Japan with the blonde hair, kind of looked like a riddle. He was running around kicking the shit at everybody at Forbidden Door. He had like a lot of spots that night.
You don't mean Parker? Do you Parker Boudreaux?
No. Right now, Forbidden Door, Fatal for All Atlantic. Rusev, Miro. Miro was the other guy. It was Miro, Malachi Pack, and then Clark. You don't remember that guy, Clark? Clark knew. I guess he didn't make an impact on you.
Patrick Clark?
Is it?
No, that's Patrick Clark's coming featuring.
Forbidden 4 All Atlantic Champ. Maybe I'm saying his name wrong.
Clark Connors? New
Hold
Japan
on.
Wrestling?
I'm looking. Wait, the Fatal 4. What match was he in? No, he was in the match with Adam Cole. I'm sorry. He was in the match
Clark
with...
Connors to replace
It was Adam
Tomohiro-
Cole, the main event. The main event of the night.
Clark Connors to replace Tomohiro
Adam
Ishii
Cole.
at AEW New Japan Forbidden Door.
Was it not? Wait, was it not at Forbidden Door, that match? Clark fought in a Fatal 4-Way, I thought. I'm going to go crazy now. I need to know who the fuck this guy was.
Yeah, this is it. Fatal 4-Way to crown an inaugural All-Atlantic champion at Forbidden Door had seen a slight change to its lineup. New Japan revealed that Tomohiro Ishii was set to compete against Pac, Miro, and Malachi Black.
But then he got injured. Who was that guy's name?
Left the injury. The company went to reveal Clark Connors would take Ishii's place at Forbidden Door.
So I was right. His name's Clark.
Clark Connors, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this guy's fucking awesome, bro. You don't remember that match, his spots? He was stealing the show. They were cheering for him.
That was the match Pac won the title, right?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that match.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that was match of the night.
Was it match of the night?
Dude, you have to see this match. This guy, Clark, was so fucking impressive. You know why you don't know about any of this? Because I did the live stream for Forbidden Door. I didn't do like a normal, like, oh, let's all talk about the matches we saw. So that's why you probably have no idea about this. But yeah, I was so, if you would have watched the live stream, I was going bonkers during this match with these guys. This guy is incredible. Really good. Really good in the ring. Fast lightning moves. Big power move set. Looks impressive. Has a hell of a physique. And the crowd was eating him up in Chicago. Because I remember this was, Forbidden Door. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. Because I was looking at the thing and it said Ishii. And I'm like, where's Clark? What do you mean Ishii? I was like, oh, what's happening right now? Am I losing my mind? Is that... I thought I was having a midlife crisis right here, right now.
It's funny.
I was like, I thought I have at least 10 years before that happens. You know? Go buy things with my credit card that I can't afford type of thing, you know? Start going crazy.
Front row seats?
Buy a car. No, I'll go buy a Mustang convertible tomorrow just to have it in the driveway. I love convertibles. You a convertible guy? What car do you drive? I don't even know.
Truck guy. I'm a truck guy.
I'm a truck guy too. I got a Denali right now.
I got an F-150.
Oh, you're the big boy, like my friend Nick. All right, yeah, you guys are the same.
I got a 2015 F-150 Lariat.
Nice.
Like pimped out version inside. Like
my boy just picked up the brand new 2023 F-150. He has a deluxe, fucking crazy. This guy, he's a car maniac. He's a maniac to the point. Check this out. This is why you want to make friends with this guy. He has his own garage. He doesn't make money with it. It's just a garage. He takes his car. He has a lift. On his day off, that's where he is. He loves cars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that with cars.
I know, no, me neither. Not the slightest.
I have a mechanic,
and I'm looking at cars all day for work. So it's like I can get someone talking about like classics or a car show. I'm like, I don't have the slightest fucking desire.
Do you ever get access to cheap cars, like to flip them? You ever like buy a car and then try to flip it?
Yes and no.
Because I know in insurance, a lot of these cars get like, you know, totaled or whatever, and then what happens to them? They go to the, or they're not even like that they are totaled. They get proclaimed totaled, let's say. What happens to that car?
So you think about it, who actually knows the extent of the damage of the car? Not the people that are bidding on it, because they get like a super quick like walk by, or even it hasn't been a walk since COVID. Everything's been virtual. So they're taking a chance, like when you're bidding on this salvage, that's the total. The only real person that knows the extent of the damage is kind of fucking people that see the car, the adjuster, maybe the shop. You know?
So basically, these all go up for auction for salvage. Salvage auctions.
And so sometimes you can know what you're looking at. I don't know if it's illegal or if it's just frowned upon. I've never done it, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if people have done that. Like, who's gonna get back? Oh, this thing totaled, but there's not that much damage. Let's buy it back and make a profit on it or something like that. What people are doing right now, and this is not illegal or nothing, but the prices right now for used cars are so through the roof that do you lease normally or do you buy?
No, I own my car.
Okay, so I've been leasing for probably the better part of 20 years. And I mean, it's I have a car I own, and then I get the lease every 3 years. You get a brand new car. It's nice.
Yeah, that's not bad. You're always paying. That's all it is.
Yeah, you're always paying. So when these cars are coming off lease now, you have a buyout amount if you want to buy the car. And back in the day, the amount was a little high. Right now, the buyout amount on some of these cars, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13,000.
But how many miles are you putting on this motherfucker by the time you get that right?
It's such a different surprise that people are buying out their lease and then just selling
the car.
10,000 more.
Yeah, no, I believe that. I believe that.
All over the place.
Well, I heard in general, cars right now are more expensive than they've been in a long fucking time, and the dealerships are just slamming people right now for if you want a car, you know.
You look at, if you see a picture of a window sticker now, it's got all the prices, and it's lit, bottom line before the total. It says dealer markup 8,000, 10,000, 5,000. Yeah. Crazy,
fucking crazy, man. I was a car salesman for like a year and a half, bro. I ended up just leaving because I was like, this isn't good karma. I'm literally just, because I was selling new and used cars. Now, on the new cars, it's a flat fee. You're making your $300 per sale, whatever it is. But when you sell the pre-owned cars, okay, you have your papers, your computers. I own this car for $7,500. I own this car for $6,500, $12,500, $13,200, whatever it is. I remember this nice old couple, right? They're like in their 60s. They need a new car. Their car is completely broken down. They're trading it in, by the way. It's like a piece of shit, beat down, Lincoln, old school. We gotta give them $500 for it. I would just add $500. We'd take it. So I showed them. I literally looked at my paper and I said, all right, that's the car I'm gonna sell them today. Because it was a Lincoln Navigator, beautifully hooked up, all fully loaded, that we owned for about like $9,500. I sold it to these people for $31,500, plus repo, plus glass, plus insurance, plus this and that. Bottom line is, if they made their payments, they ended up probably paying like $70,000 for this fucking car. Okay, over 5 years. I felt so terrible.
And everyone probably cheered the fuck out of you for the deal, right?
Oh,
like,
bro.
And shit, they were like, bro, it's the deal of the year.
My commission check on that was like unheard of. Like, it was almost $4,000. So it was a crazy fucking commission check, okay? Like, that one check was like, I didn't even need to work the rest of the month. I could have just been like, yeah, I'm good. Anyway, they came back like a week later. They bring me cookies, like on Christmas Eve. We love the car. Thank you so much. You're the best. Because I spent all day with them. I let them test drive it. I showed them all the features. Because they were old. They didn't know how to do anything. But I sat there and I showed them everything. They loved me. They bought the fucking car.
$31,000.
Yeah. I remember the first time I ever sold a car. It took me about a month to sell my first car. It was a taxi. I sold it to a Chinese man. And this guy was walking around with $32,000 on him all day long, and I didn't know. Okay? He has a backpack on. He's with his wife.
No way.
I've showed this guy now maybe like, because we have two lots. We have the showroom, and then we have the little shitty one on Northern Boulevard that's like a parking lot. And that's where I started when I started. I started at the parking lot. They waited a little bit before they bring me down to the dealership, because they don't bring you down to the dealership until you're a shark. I'm still a little goldfish now, learning. I spent all day with this guy, all right? Showed him, I don't even know, God, 20 cars, easy. Eventually, we find the right car he loves. Loves the car, loves it, needs it, wants it. We go in the office, and he takes out all the money. He puts it on the table. He's like, this is how much I pay for a car. Not 1 penny more. So I have to go out to my boss. I'm like, all right, this guy just pulled out $32,000. And that's how much he wants to pay for the car. because we had the car, I think,
I
for
know.
like 35. It was the nice one, Lincoln Executive.
I'm trying to think of the most amount of money I've seen, like, get, like, cash out the spot, and I think, like, maybe, like, $8,000, like, maybe, but I think it's just...
Nah, the most money I've ever seen in my life was about $40,000, and that's when I had to fucking pull 20 out from my bank account, borrow 20 from another, let's just say, wise guy, to go and buy everything I needed for the Grand Theft Auto release. Because I needed about, I don't know, 600 copies for, like, 2 systems.
That's like
And then I needed all the collector's editions. I think I had like another 30 collector's editions of each one.
That's a fucking that's no joke, the overhead in that business, huh?
There on any given big launch day, like a Pokemon, a Zelda, Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar game, minimum you need to go to that place, to the store, the distributor, the whatever, the wholesaler. You got to go with at least 20, 25.
Really?
Just to walk out with decent supply.
Really?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're selling, right? I mean, there's no question about question about whether it's moving or not. The question is, do you have the capital to get it?
Well, that's when I got out of the business. When the first time I got hit, where I was like, I pretty much just made all my money back on Call of Duty Ghosts, and I had to do a lot of shit to just get even on that. That's when I got out of the business. But before that, yeah, everything was selling, like, for the most part. Grand Theft Auto, like, I couldn't keep it in stock for over a year. It didn't matter if I picked up 20; they were all moving. If I bet, like, after the initial day where I sold whatever I sold, I think it was over 600 to 700 units in one, and I stayed open from 11 o'clock at night because I actually was able to get it an hour before release on my store's property, and I started selling it to people at 11 o'clock at night, and I was there till the next. I didn't leave till like the afternoon the next day, like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I just stayed open. I everything sold, but not every game's like that. Pokemon is. I couldn't keep that in stock. I couldn't keep Zelda in stock. Shit like that. The NBA games sometimes, like with the sport games, it's always the first day. After that, the hype dies down. They don't sell like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these other titles are hit or miss. I'd go to the store and spend 10 G's, and sometimes you're just looking around at your inventory and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, I got like 4 G's sitting on this one corner and it's not moving. And that's when you start I used to have to get creative, bro. I used to have to drive around when there was a Toys R Us, and Toys R Us was awesome. You could go in there with your ID, no receipt, return a brand new game, and then exchange it for another brand new game. So sometimes I would spend 2 hours just driving around to 3 Toys R Us's, returning 3-4 titles here, returning 3-4 titles there, going back to my store, and then calling, hey, I got the new this, I got the new that. So then instead of going to my wholesaler to buy 20 copies of the new game that came out, I'll do that. I'll go take 20 things that haven't sold, because you got to do it before the prices change. If you wait too long, like after 3 months, Toys R Us starts dropping the prices. It's over then. At that point, there's no return. You're fucked. You can't wait too long. So if you sit on merch more than 3 months, you just start seeing the volume drop by $10 every month. Especially the sports games. If you're sitting on 50 copies of NBA, if you wait 1 year, those copies are all now $4.99 each.
$4.99, yeah.
So it's a very scary business. I would love to open up another store, but I'm not going to do it till I have more time on my hands and I have an idea of what kind of business I want. But right now, there's no company in New York, at least, that buys everything. Phones, games, movies, DVDs, electronics, cameras, gadgets, this and that, and then, sells it back online. There's companies that do that, but they don't have the storefront. They just do it online, and people send them shit. I used to work for a company called Buyback World. Pretty big company. I helped them do a lot of their interface on their website, and I helped train some of their the people that test out all the equipment that everybody sends. They started making like $150,000 a month after 2 years because they spent a lot of money on advertising, and all they do is just advertise, we buy back all your stuff. They have a website, you go there, you get quotes. So they ended up making deals with companies from around the world who would start sending them 1,000 iPods at a time, or 500 cell phones, or 50 TVs that are 40 inches. Crazy shit. These motherfuckers just making bang. And then of course there's the random people who just send a box of old video games that are gems. I remember I was there one time when they got a box of just all boxed Super Nintendo games. Some kid was selling his collection. They probably paid $10 per copy. They made thousands of dollars off that one box.
Really?
Oh yeah. The video games and the vintage stuff, there isn't a good store right now that does that kind of stuff. And it's hard to find somebody that has the experience to run a physical location that can determine the value of all these different items and the accuracy of all the items. Because don't forget, when you have a retail storefront, people are going to bring you fake phones. I used to work for another company from England called CEX. $1 billion company. They have over 700 locations around the world. They started to open up a branch in North America. I was operations manager for them for a while. I would help them open and build stores all across the East Coast. And they're just dumb. They didn't want to... They wanted to open up stores in New York and then just go straight to California. It's right across the street. And then leave people there that don't know what they're doing. And they're buying stuff that's damaged or not working or fake, or they're literally paying cash for countless items that are not legit, or stolen phones. That was the other big thing that was this company's downfall. The way they just bought stolen phones. But this company, however, did have a fix. You know what their fix was? Not pay a penny in tax, and then ship every single stolen or locked phone overseas. Because then it immediately becomes unlocked just by being in another country. And then they would put it in one of their 690 stores there and sell it for whatever, 800, 900 euro. They paid 100 for it. So if you have that kind of connections where you can take all your merchandise from America and take it to Europe, oh man. There's a lot of ways to make money. But even in New York, if you open up a retail store right now just to buy shit from people, if you did it right and you get the right staff in there, let's say you find, by chance, you get lucky, you get a good manager who is going to do his job, take his paycheck, eat the shit, and buy, things from people that are going to be easy for you to sell, either in the store immediately or on eBay and Amazon the next day, instantly. Especially now with Amazon having the way Amazon runs with, what is it called? They have their program where you just can ship everything to them and they take care of it for you. They post it, they list it, and they sell it. And then they send you the money when it sells. It's that simple. And you don't have to worry about anything. Instead of sitting there and individually, a lot of people do that. They just send Amazon crates of shit. They sit there and make money. Literally, I know people who go to the 99-cent store with bins and they buy things for 99 cents that Amazon is selling for $3 or $4 or $7. It's insanity, but it's happening every day. I know a guy who goes to Walmart, and his whole thing is he waits for the clearance sales. And he'll go buy a whole pallet of fans. He'll buy a pallet of bikes. He'll buy a pallet of kitty litter. And then he just flips it on Amazon for double the price. Every fucking time. But you gotta have who has the time? Who has the storage? How many bags of kitty litter can you fit in your house? I don't know, man. It's a good hustle, though.
Yeah.
I that's the only thing I miss about having a video game store. Just, my own. And even when I was working for them, it was great, too, because I could go in any store. We had, 13 across the East Coast sometimes. And I would travel up and down to Philly, New Jersey, whatever. Massachusetts, we had a store. And I would be able to walk into that store and literally take anything I want and do whatever I want. Wow. And go check their over inventory, check all their damaged bins, move all their inventory that I wanted to a specific store. I don't know, one that's 2 blocks from my home in Astoria. So that when I get back to my home base, I can now do my shenanigans. And, I'm not going to lie, they weren't giving me bonuses out the ass, you know what I mean? So I had to find ways to make a lot of fucking profit. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta survive. Gotta survive. But I missed that ability of people just walking in with crates of shit, Gelch. Nothing gave me more joy in life than watching someone come in with a bin of things and they don't know what it's worth. They don't care. They just want Borderlands 2. Or whatever the fuck tickles their... I've seen people come in and trade in their entire collection for like 10 Blu-ray movies.
I'm picturing this.
Bro, they're like, yeah, for all the new movies. They're like, oh, you gotta watch all these movies. Okay. Or, you know, I had one kid, he traded in every system he ever owned so he could buy an iPhone. Because his parents wouldn't buy it for him. So he's like, I'm going to teach them a lesson. I'm 18. I'm going to sell everything I fucking own. And I'm going to get my iPhone. Now, how much money do you think we made off all his crap? That iPhone we only bought for like probably $200 at the time, let's say.
$2,000?
Probably more. This guy, he had like 3 garbage bags of shit. Smokey, this fucking kid. All kinds of shit. Accessories, guns, controllers,
Bro, listen,
steering wheels.
He showed them.
He got them good, man. We were better off just fucking buying him the goddamn phone.
Right?
Probably went in his room like, where'd all your shit go?
They probably laughed at him. They like, wait, you bought your
And
own
he's
phone?
sitting there texting. I got you. I'm playing Angry Birds now. I don't need a system.
Oh, it's funny. They were like, yeah, good luck playing Gears on that.
Dude, I used to have crazy customers that would they would sell their Xbox and then like 2 months later they'd come and trade the PlayStation back for the Xbox because they would always they would never have enough money to have both systems, I guess. So when the new game came on PlayStation